Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Toon Review YouTube channel for today's Matchday Live. Of course, it is England, their second game in the competition, and they are taking on the Danes. It's not a very interesting starting lineup for England, but we'll come to that in a moment. At the moment, it's just me. I think Alex is late back from work, obviously. I think we all know what's happened to Billy again, but we'll see in due course. But welcome, everybody. If you do enjoy the commentary this afternoon, please do give it the thumbs up. And, of course, if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, please do hit the subscribe button. It is free to do so. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, though, which will let you know when we upload any videos or we schedule in the lives. You can become a member of the Toon Review, as usual, by hitting that $ just underneath. Sorry, I'll repeat that. You can become a member of the Toon Review by hitting the join button just underneath myself. And, of course, you can obviously super chat the channel via the $ at the bottom of the live comments, and that will guarantee your comment to be read out live on the show. Well, he's here. He's here. There he is. He's alive. Good evening.
Good evening. Just put me shopping away.
Ah, right. Okay. That's no problem, man. I mean, there was rumors going around that the couch had got the better of you again, Billy, but we'll step.
Not England are concerned.
Yes, exactly. I did think that. Right. Let's take a look at the lineup, shall we? Because, England's is unchanged. Just for that straight away. 4 changes for England. He's gone with the same side. But rather worryingly, Billy, Southgate's come out with comments that he thought Phil Foden was awesome in the game against Serbia.
I'm just hoping that's a confidence booster for Foden, because he really wasn't. He was awful. He was all something, but not some. Yeah.
Anybody in particular you're looking to see who perform better?
Yes, I'd like to see Alexander-Arnold perform better. Clearly, Foden and maybe Kane as well. Mm-hmm. Kane has got to get into the game, otherwise he's a waste of time having him in the side, isn't he? Yeah, absolutely. Denmark, however, they line up with the following lineup: Kasper Schmeichel, Joachim Andersen, Yannick Westergaard, Joachim Mæhle, Andreas Christensen, Rasmus Højlund, Christian Eriksen, Victor Christensen, Jonas Wind, as I suppose you'd pronounce it, Martin Hjulmand, and Pierre-Emil Højbjerg. It's a strong Danish side, Billy. Yeah, they've got strength, haven't they? Especially at the back. Mæhle's a very good fullback. Anderson, of course, we've been linked with him on countless occasions, and Christensen of Barcelona. Mm-hmm. But the player that I'd like to look out for is Jonas Wind, who's very physical and he's a very good player. We've got to keep our eyes on him because he can kind of create problems for us.
Now, Denmark, of course, won their first game as well. Did they win? No, it was 2-2, wasn't it?
True, yeah.
Yeah, so they drew their opening game, so they'll be all out to win this. We have to be on our guard, and as Denmark proved, Billy, in the last Euros, they give us a run for the money.
They do indeed. Yeah, they've got some good players there. Eriksen looks a good player as well. I mean, he looks better than what he did in the previous, obviously the previous tournament. He almost died in, so he looks better than what he did for Manchester United. That's for certain. Yeah,
absolutely. Good evening, Stato.
How are we doing?
We're okay. All face painted again, matey. Ready to go for this one?
I know it's been a quick dash from work.
Yeah.
Boss let us go early, so in face paint on, everything set up, ready to go.
Absolutely. Now it's the same team again, Alex. Me and Billy have just discussed that. There is certain members of that England side that need to step up tonight.
Indeed. I mean, there were things that didn't work. Obviously, the evident ones, whether they were good pundits or bad pundits, have kind of explored the fact that Foden had a poor game, occupies Bellingham's space, offers no width. Trippier isn't a left-footed left-back. And Trent, albeit a fantastic player of the ball, loses the ball a lot in midfield. Those are the 3 main points. A lot of pundits up and down the country, whether good or bad, all identified the same problems. Gareth should be able to see that, I hope, and maybe mitigate a few things. He did say in his press conference we can play better than that. I should hope so. Fingers crossed it's today.
Yeah, absolutely. Haroldinho has been a member with us for 2 months. Thank you very much. Afternoon, guys. Love the show. Hopefully another 3 points today. Would like to see us more attacking, but with Southgate in charge, I doubt it. Well, remember, we only need really a point, so that's probably Southgate's team talk. Let's just go out and get a point and not lose the game, as we've seen many times. Now, of course, there wasn't a live show on the Toon Review this morning, simply because there wasn't any news to bring you. I'm not going to sit here and do a show when there's nothing to do, nothing to talk about. The stories that are breaking recently have really been stories that we have already covered on the channel. You know, we covered the Italian defender, of course, in the transfer show. We spoke about Elise yesterday or the day before. So we spoke about all the stories that are still going on this morning. So there wasn't really any point to do one. I'm not going to sort of make stories up or just read out the real, gutter press just to get a show out. I don't want to do that to you guys, and it's not fair on anybody really to do a show like that. So yeah, it will be most days, obviously, but if there's nothing to bring you guys, then, or nothing new to bring you, then I'm not going to sit here and just go through the trash. But it's all about England for this show. And Denmark, Alex, they've put a very strong lineup out.
Not to be sniffed at all. Some interesting players in there. There's a lot that we know, such as your Erikssons, Højbjerg, Christensen, Anderson, Vestergaard. We know most of these players. Højlund, obviously, we know from the Premier League. Wind, however we're saying his name.
I've gone with Vind, Alex. I've gone with Vind.
Well, I'll join you. We'll go with Vind. 6'3" for Wolfsburg, 11 goals. No slouch. He's a big lump. He profiles similar to Fulkrug. And some big boys up top. Giroud, he's on that list as well. So be careful of the 6'3" striker. They've also got the midfielder, Morten Hjulmand, who a lot of people don't know, played 28 starts for Sporting, and they won the league in Portugal. He's not a bad player. So they've got some really good talent on there. He's very good at passing, good at tackling, bit traditional. So they are no slouches by any shadow of the imagination, and we've got to be careful. They've got two nippy physical forwards, Eriksson to knit things together, lots of experience, dangerous team, real dangerous team. We've got to play well.
Yeah, we do, and I think Billy, the thing is, Serbia was played a lot better, obviously in the second half. However, Denmark, I think, are much more dangerous. They can hurt us more than probably what Serbia could.
They're probably more technical, aren't they? They've got the experience as well of your Erikssons and people like that, Joachim Andersons and that kind of player. They're a good side, they're good, solid, technical side. Can cause us problems. We've got to be on our mettle to not get beat by these. Let's hope we see a better, entertaining performance from England.
Up the A1 have been a member, great family, of course, members for 25 months on the channel. Thank you so much for your dedication and your support. Absolutely loving these shows. Keep up the fab work. Watch matches and listen here. Cannot get any better. Exactly. Not commentary off the TV. We know it's crap. It's the usual suspects, of course. And then, of course, listen to us for the commentary, and we'll all watch it together. The teams are just about to come out. Harry Kane shaking hands with Kasper Schmeichel. Prince William in the crowd, Alex.
So he should be. I think he was some sort of representation for us, wasn't he? I can't remember, apart from the FA or something. He's helped us with bids. Yeah, he does a lot with the bids for international competitions. So
yeah, he does. Yeah.
It's a shame he's a Villa fan, but at least he's there. It is nice to see.
I can never understand how he's ended up a Villa fan.
He likes John McGinn, Paul. He likes John McGinn.
Yes, I know. I heard that. Of course, we spoke very highly about John McGinn on the show last night, the little rat. However, never mind. The teams are coming out for the game. The roof is closed. Of course, there's been some rather torrential rain in parts of Germany, but today the roof is closed, which should generate a bigger atmosphere, I guess.
Yeah, it should do. Good job Steve Bruce's side isn't playing out, because the ball would be wanging off that roof, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, it could be with Southgate, to be honest.
Could be,
lads, you'll get a bonus. See who can hit the biggest clearance and hit the roof. I'm looking forward to seeing Bellingham again today, though. I think he's the main man for England all of a sudden, Alex.
Sorry, switching between me. For Bellingham?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the main man now. He's the driving force, isn't he?
Well, people call Saka star boy. I mean, I guess that's fair because Bellingham's star man, because he's definitely stepped into his, his own shadow. He's grown up. That what he was doing in the first game with getting the crowd up, his little shoulder barge, cheeky, maybe a little bit too far, but we love to see it. And then he was doing the talking on the pitch in terms of putting the ball in the back of the net and being one of the best players on the park. So it is big pressure from that Adidas advert with "Hey Jude, you got this." Yeah. I do feel sorry for him. We have put the weight of the country on his shoulders.
Oh, we always do. I mean, we always do. But he seems to have responded to that quite well, to be fair.
Well, if he makes mistakes, he makes mistakes. He's 20. He's very much allowed to, as far as I'm concerned. I want to make sure the more experienced people play their roles properly. Jude's an offensive player. If he does a few things wrong, it's not the end of the world. We need others like Harry Kane to step up more. He's the captain. He's older. He's experienced. That's the kind of player that needs to step up. We can't put it all on Jude Bellingham. That's not fair.
Yeah, absolutely. Toon Man 144, a member for 29 months. Thank you so much for your dedication and support of the channel, my friend. And he says, happy birthday, Coffee. Indeed, one of our mods, I Like Coffee, is his birthday today. So the very best wishes to you, matey. Hope you've had
It is also my dog's birthday today as well. Today.
Oh,
it's Tessa's birthday. She is 4.
Well, hang on. I'll announce that in. There you go. That's a happy birthday to Alex's dog in dog form. Alexander says, good afternoon from Germany. Just waking up, finishing up my notes, grabbing a beer and heading out to the Spain versus Italy game. I have 3 more games, then off to the US for the Copa America. Wow, you do get around. I mean, you do get around. The Denmark national anthem is still going on. Just some countries' national anthems, tend to go on for quite some time. But they are blasting it out vocally. All the players there look to be singing it and giving it their all. It's not quite a rugby one, though, is it? Because the rugby, they really do go for it, don't they, for the national anthems?
They do indeed.
Yes. But they have now finished that. They'll get all the crap off the field, and the Denmark fans looking great voice as well for tonight. We'll go for predictions before kick-off. Billy, what are you going for?
England 2-0 for me. It's got to be a better performance, so otherwise that's not going to happen.
I'm going 3-1 England. Alex?
I've gone 2-1 in my family prediction chat. I'm not 100% convinced by that. I think we're good for a couple of goals, but I'm not sure we'll keep a clean sheet either. I think we'll be tested a lot more than we were against Serbia. So 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, I think we will be tested tonight, and that's why I think we've got to step up a little bit. And hopefully, I've gone for 3-1 because I think we have to, and we should do. We've got a very, very good side, but for me, it's all about how Southgate has sent them out tonight and what the tactics actually are. Because again, if we play those tactics just simply not to lose the game, then that's when England go to pieces. We should be on the front foot. And again, if we score first, don't just sit back for the rest of the game. Go and win it, and go and win it convincingly, Billy.
100%. That is a Southgate trait, isn't it? It's cost us before in big games. And it cost us the other night, really, almost did. But there are pockets of that Danish side where they are weak. I think we can get a Vestergaard and Højbjerg and Bellingham's just the man for that, I think. Kane's got to get himself involved today.
Yeah,
he can't just stand up but as a statue. He's got to really get himself involved.
Will we see Anthony Gordon today, do you think, Alex?
It very much depends on what's happening in this game. We were winning the last one, and he didn't bring him on. Not that there was too much need for. Well, I say too much need for. I did think Foden needed to come off in that game. I thought we needed a bit more. Possibly. It's very difficult to say. It's a flip of the coin. It depends how we're doing. If we need some more attacking impetus, then yes, maybe.
Well, again, we are still. I mean, the toss has been done. I'm not sure what's going on here. I think they're swapping sides. Indeed, they are.
Frankfurt Stadium in the background, Stato. I was at Cologne at first, but now I'm in Frankfurt.
Yeah, Billy's been jet setting around. Billy's been jet setting around Germany since we went live.
Where am I meant to be? Am I meant to be
the last one, the very last one. No,
is that
the very last one?
I don't have that one. I don't have the last one.
It should be there. We're all in the same stream. Yeah, it should be there. Strange.
Yeah, I can't see it for me.
Oh, how strange. I wonder if I can see it. I'm just. I'm going to go and have
worked every single time since, but.
No, I haven't got it either.
That's odd, isn't it?
Strange.
So I'll be watching from a different stadium. It's not a problem.
Yeah, just yeah. They're saying somebody being remembered here on the big screen. Gerhard Agner. A minute's applause. Whoever. Anybody know who he is?
The name's familiar, but I don't know who he is. I'm thinking he may be a German politician rather than a German footballing.
They just said General Secretary of something.
General Secretary of State, maybe, I don't know. By the way, we are live across Twitter, or X as you like to call it, tonight as well. So welcome to all our viewers on that platform as well. Get yourself over and subscribe if you like what you see. Come over to YouTube and subscribe to us. But across both networks, so good evening to everybody.
Can he wash that cardigan, Gareth? Come on, sorry, Paul. He wears the same bloody thing every match now.
Well, maybe it's just his match day lineup. He wants to look fresh. We're underway. My start button hasn't exactly worked very quickly, so we're a couple of seconds behind on the clock, but it doesn't really matter. England immediately going long. And already a chase on... yes, I do. Thank you. Yes. At the moment, Højlund has it for Denmark, and Denmark playing some nice stuff, and a shot on goal early doors. And that came from Højbjerg, but a very weak shot straight at Jordan Pickford. But Pickford gets an early feel of the ball. But nice little build up there by Denmark.
He's long ball, though, isn't he? He's Højbjerg. Not known for his goal scoring.
Not really. No, absolutely not. Apparently, Gerhard Agner was former General Secretary of UEFA. Apparently. So there you go. Oh, that's poor from Trippier. He's lost the ball, but he managed to win it back. He's got to be more alert than that, than a terrible ball.
Oh, that's rank.
And England haven't started too well here at all. Højbjerg. Jesus Christ. Herzenbergs. Saka now manages to win a free kick for England. I mean, Højbjerg has definitely got a competitive edge to him in the middle of the park there for Denmark, but England looks very sloppy with the ball early doors.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle Walker just miscontrolled the ball from a throw-in. It looks as if they're still in the dressing room, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, it's a few players that are playing out of position.
Yeah. Phil Foden on the ball now. Finds Trent. Back to Declan Rice, who spreads it out wide to Kyle Walker. That's better. Walker now brings it forward. Finds Saka on the right-hand side for England. Walker goes on the overlap. And Walker will get it on the overlap. Chance to cross the ball. It's not a great ball. And Denmark managed to clear it for a throw-in. Walker's gone down there looking at the studs. I wonder if the pitch has been sort of, whether it's had any effect from all the rain or it's been heavily watered before the game. But here's Saka now for England. Plays it back to Alexander-Arnold. And he has Kyle Walker in support of him. Little 1-2 there. Declan Rice comes to get the ball as well, but a really, really bad ball by Declan Rice. And Trent has to stretch to get it back for Pickford. Some very, very nervy passing from England early doors here. Foden's never going to win a header. He's never going to win a header against him, is he? Bloody hell, man. Anyway, Rice has it again for England. And now John Stones to Bellingham. Back to Stones. England trying to get a little bit of a foothold in the game, get some passing going, get some possession. Guehi now plays it to Kieran Trippier, and Trippier brings it forward for England. Up to Harry Kane, who's come deep to meet the ball. Surprise, surprise. Here's Trent. And now across to John Stones. Patient build up here by England. How many times do we say that? It's not exactly lightning pace, though, the England attacks, are they? They're very, very slow.
Methodical, yeah. Sooner or later, they're going to lose the ball. They're going to play a bad pass in it.
Trippier's just played a cracking ball out at Kyle Walker, but it's just overhit and over Walker's head for a throw into Denmark. Even Trippier's give the ball away a couple of times in this opening few minutes.
But I'm not sure Kyle Walker made a great attempt to get to that.
Well, he was backpedaling a lot, wasn't he?
Slowly.
Yeah.
A lot of Pete Shilton in the World Cup semi-final in 1990.
Anyway, Denmark have the ball and bring it forward now with
Anderson, isn't it?
I think it's. I can't see the number. They all look the same. Header away by Guehi, and Denmark trying to rebuild again. Christensen's on this near side, I think. Billy, you on the ball now?
Yeah, Anderson far side.
Yeah. Christensen inside to Højbjerg, back to Christensen. Again, now it's Denmark's turn to have the patient build up. Humelands plays it out wide. Nice ball to Christensen. Christensen cuts it back now for Højbjerg. And again, it's patient stuff from Denmark this time. Trying to play the ball through, but Foden is there. Good interception by Guehi. Foden gets it to John Stones. A little bit of space for him, and now out to Kyle Walker. Down the line for Saka. Saka now turns, drops it all the way back to John Stones again. Pickford screaming for the ball, or just screaming in general, which he tends to do. And now Kieran Trippier for England, breaking down the left-hand side. Phil Foden inside to Declan Rice. Inside now to Trent Alexander-Arnold in the centre circle to Bellingham. Bellingham all the way back to John Stones. I mean, it's very much backward passing again, isn't it? You know, that's awful as well. I mean, that's a terrible giveaway from Kyle Walker, and it puts Denmark on the attack again. But Walker's read that pass, and Saka is tackled, and a throw into England. But again, loose stuff. Alex, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, very sloppy. I mean, we've talked about that. Shape's a bit different. Trippier holding a lot more width on that left-hand side, jogging forward once he's played a 1-2. I mean, look at his positioning. Well, at the moment he's back, but he is getting really far forward once we've played that first pass. But he's having to retreat because the ball's not going any further forward. We just keep going backwards.
And that's the frustrating thing. And that's where I think other nations can seriously hurt us because of this backward passing. And again, it's very tentative build-up. You know, we've got so many quality attacking players on the pitch who just love to run at players. And then there's another poor pass, but Walker keeps it in this time. Cuts it back inside. And now back to Alexander-Arnold again. Bellingham had made a great run, completely ignored. Trippier's free on the left, completely ignored. And they go back again. Clipped forward now towards Saka, but overhit and into the arms of Kasper Schmeichel. Cool. But again, twice there, Billy, they could have played that out to the left and failed.
It's as if the manager's got them shackled so they don't go too far forward too quickly. It's ridiculous, some of this stuff. You know, you've got Trent Alexander-Arnold in there playing blind passes, overhitting them. You know, when he had easier passes, although just as much attacking passes before. Yeah. It's been a very sloppy start from England.
Well, there's no point in having Trent in the side if he's not going to find those runners like Bellingham and Trippier. What's the point?
Exactly. That's what he's surely in there for, because of his passing ability. It's certainly not as a sort of, you know, midfield maestro, is it? I mean, he's not that type. He's not even a midfielder. Denmark now with Højbjerg. Right in, bang in the centre circle. Not really pressed by Harry Kane there. I mean, Højbjerg turned 3 times there. He really doesn't press Harry Kane, does he? He just does not press. Højbjerg again. He's dictating play at the minute. Ball out to the right-hand side is a beauty. It's kept in. And Trippier is fouled. And that is a free kick to England. Trippier did well there. Nipped the ball away from the Danish player and won the free kick. Is it Mæhle you pronounce his name?
Yeah, Mæhle will attack all day down that line, down that right-hand side for Denmark.
Well, he's done it twice already, hasn't he?
He's a very attacking fullback.
Trippier did well. Dave says the pitch doesn't look great. It looks like it's cutting up quite a bit early doors, actually. That one when Kyle Walker checked back, Walker's actually gone down injured. Now, he did check back there on his last run forward, and there was a lot of ground came up, but it seems to me like, I mean, I'm not sure what the actual injury is to Kyle Walker here. think it's his. Is it his left foot? I mean, he's undoing his right foot now. I mean,
might be a boot.
Oh, he went over at his ankle.
Oh dear me! Yes, he did.
Ouch! That's painful. I mean, look at that.
If he has to come out, the pitch is awful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if he has to come off,
that's not him.
If he has to come off, you can guarantee that Southgate will put someone like Connors at right back and have two players playing that position when he could put Trippier there and bring on Gomez at left back. No.
Well, he's actually changing his boots, so I think he's got other studs on. He's got other studs, obviously, on his other boots, so maybe he feels like that the surface that he's playing on, he needs a change of studs. So hopefully he looks okay, actually.
No, it's not even his fault. He's touched the ground and it's just gone.
Yeah.
So standing on.
I mean, that could have been a lot more serious there. The way he went over on that ankle, long ball towards Kane, who doesn't bother jumping for it. I mean, Foden's making a run behind Kane there, so if Kane gets a flick onto that, Foden's in. And Harry Kane doesn't even jump for the ball.
It wasn't a bad ball either. That's the point. It was in his general direction. Could have jumped for it. Very lazy from the captain. Very lazy.
Højbjerg again for the Danes in the centre circle. Plays it forward again. Denmark trying to get something going now. Oh, it's not a good pass to Højlund. And England can break. Bellingham, lovely little touch. Goes past one, goes past two. And eventually it ricochets back to Guehi. And now Alexander-Arnold. Bellingham out wide now to Kyle Walker, who's back on the pitch. 10 minutes gone. It's still goalless here on Matchday Live on the Toon Review. England's second game of the group, of course. And Foden does win that header. Did very well there. Anderson heads it away. And now Foden. Inside to Alexander-Arnold and back to Guehi. Declan Rice. Foden. Back to Declan Rice. And again, back into their own half again.
A lot of this is down to the fact that there's no movement from the striker, so they're having to go backwards. A lot of it is.
Yeah, I agree.
It was actually Trippier that won all those headers as well. It wasn't Foden.
Oh, was it? Okay. Saka inside to Bellingham. Bellingham is tackled. Bellingham didn't like the challenge. He stayed down. And I think he's okay. He's got to...
I think the first challenge was a foul there, but the referee played the advantage, and the second one, which looked like a foul, wasn't. I think he played the ball.
Mm-hmm. It's Højbjerg again. Yeah, Højbjerg won the ball, actually. No foul there, but again, it's the way that turf's kicking up when players are going in for tackles. It doesn't seem a very great ground, to be honest. But certainly nothing exciting has happened in this opening quarter of the game. Long ball played forward, looking for the runner. Højlund, he's got in behind Guehi, and the ball, I mean, it was... the flag's actually gone up for offside, but I tell you what, he's right on the shoulder of Guehi there, and he's got pace, Højlund, if anything else, Billy.
He has, yeah. He's a very dangerous player, and last thing you want to do is give him confidence. He's had a poor season. Doesn't look...
I'm not sure that was offside, to be fair.
Close, isn't it? The line should really let her go, really, and let the VAR deal with it.
Yep.
Thankfully.
Now, Kyle Walker down the right-hand side. Saka in support of him. But again, no one else available, so he goes back to Alexander-Arnold. This time, Trippier is found on the left-hand side. Takes it down on his chest. Brilliant control by Trippier. Flicks one in towards Bellingham in the box now. Jude Bellingham. Tightly marked, as you'd expect, but Bellingham's done well to hold them off. Back to Trippier. Then into Bellingham again. Nice little bit of play this by England. Foden, surrounded by red shirts. And look how far we've come back. Now we go right again. Here's Kyle Walker. Can they get a ball into the box? Kyle Walker again. Plays it back to Alexander-Arnold. To Saka. And again, looking for movement in the box. But there isn't. They're all static. Three of them. Declan Rice. Out to Kyle Walker again. Inside, good ball out to Foden. Foden skips round one. Foden into the box, and it's a poor finish in the end. But that is a good bit of play for Phil Foden, and that's what he can do. And that's what we want to see from Phil Foden. Lovely little shimmy there. Gets into the box, and you can see what he's trying to do. Curled into the top corner on his left foot. But that's better from Foden, Alex.
Yeah, it's what we want to see. It was frustrating build-up there. It was patient, but still frustrating because we see a lot of players that like to take people on, go backwards more than we often see in the Premier League. But Foden there, quick little shimmy, found himself some space. You could see what he was trying to do, curl it top bins. Good try. Let's just not wait another 13 minutes for the next one, yeah?
Yeah, let's just keep that going. I mean, if we can get Foden into the game like that all the time, then we really stand a chance, because when he's in the centre like that, you know, he's capable of a lot. And that's where I want to see Phil Foden, to be honest. Not out on the left-hand side. Declan Rice winning the ball back very well. Gets it back to Guehi and across to John Stones. Stones being pressed by Eriksson. Gets the ball up to Saka. Saka to Bellingham. Bellingham tries to over the top ball from Saka, which is a wonderful ball actually by Bellingham. Saka didn't really get onto that very quickly.
Oh, come on, Saka. You got to be better than that.
I mean, that was a lovely ball by Bellingham over the top there.
I think it was Trent.
Was it Trent?
Yeah.
But Saka it took an age to realise that he's running onto a ball.
I think he was wary of the collision coming in, and he kind of was scared of it, to be honest.
Yeah, Trent's kind of holding that right side at the moment.
Yeah, he is, yeah. Højbjerg inside, and Denmark start again. But at the moment, no keeper with a serious save to make. Denmark have had a shot which, in the first minute, really was a weak shot by Højbjerg straight at Jordan Pickford. But Phil Foden with England's best chance. Hopefully that's a sign that the game is starting to get a little bit into gear here. Lovely play by Saka, just too much on it, but England win a throw. I think Kyle Walker wanted to get the ball quickly there and play a quick throw in, but the TV camera station there kind of stopped that happening.
Yeah, dangerous that way, isn't it?
It's very close to the pitch.
Isn't it?
I mean, these cameras have tremendous zoom on them these days. I mean, I don't think it needs to be that close. Anyway, Walker with the throw to Rice. Walker then plays it all the way back to Jordan Pickford. And England start again. Trippier calling for the ball out on the left. Doesn't get it. Gives it to Guehi. Guehi to Stones. Into Alexander-Arnold. Good run by Foden on the left, but well, that's awful from Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah,
I mean, Foden made the run originally, and Alexander-Arnold saw him, stopped it, and then the pass he eventually played was dreadful. Denmark now trying to have a little bit of possession of themselves, and Vestergaard goes back to Kasper Schmeichel. Oh, that's not a good ball by Schmeichel. It's put them under serious pressure here. Rice now on the edge of the box. Saka's gone into an offside position. Back to Harry Kane. Kane looking to get a left-footed shot away. It was blocked, and blocked very well. But it comes back to Trippier. Trippier into Foden. Foden is clipped, but manages to stay on his feet. Again, looking for some movement in front of him. There isn't any. Goes back to Guehi. Now into Declan Rice again. Rice to Walker. Touched back to John Stones, and again across to Guehi. And Foden's getting really annoyed because he's putting his hands up in the air. He's available so many times, and they're just going back again.
Yeah, Foden started the game pretty well, hasn't he?
He has, yeah. He looks really up for this. And, of course, he will be responding to the criticism. He'll know that he was criticised in the last game by the fans. And he looks really up for this game. And as far as I'm concerned, give him the ball.
Here he is again. He deserves to be in the starting lineup, so he's got to make it up. Yeah,
he's got a point to prove, hasn't he? But, you know, so many times he's standing there screaming for the ball, and they just go backwards again, and he puts his hands up in frustration. Here's Saka inside to Bellingham now. And Bellingham's ball is for Kyle Walker. And he didn't see Walker's creeping in round the back. Chance for England. Oh, pull it back to Saka. Kane scores!
Yeah!
And England take the lead. It was terrible defending. Kyle Walker snuck in behind, and England take the lead. And it's time to go and grab your granny, because she's having another big, big German sausage. And Kane there, he couldn't miss, Alex.
Yeah, fantastic from Kyle Walker there, just being ever present down that right-hand side as an attacking fullback, as we've known him for so many years. Shocking from the defender, switched off. And Kane, as docile as he's been, Kane's always in the right place.
Yeah.
Well, I say always. He was in this situation, ready to just tap it in.
And Christensen just fell asleep there, Billy. Walker comes in. Should have really played it back to Saka. We got lucky in the end. The ball ricochets to Kane, and Kane's not going to miss from there.
No, I mean, the defender thinks he's doing his job by watching Saka, but he's totally in the way of Kyle Walker.
Yeah.
The cross gets deflected off 3 people before it gets to Kane, and he's 6 yards out. He ain't going to miss from there. And an easy finish for the captain.
Yeah, good placement. Good. He kept very calm, Harry Kane, when he got that ball there. But it was awful from Kyle Walker, to be fair. Should have got the ball back to Saka. He didn't, but we get the ricochet, and Harry Kane in the 18th minute gives England the lead. And now Denmark will have to respond because, of course, they'll be feeling the pressure now after drawing their first game. They want some points. Anderson goes to Vestergaard now. And Vestergaard has to go back to Schmeichel. Harry Kane pressing there, but back to Vestergaard. And he steps out for Denmark now. Allowed to bring it right up towards the centre circle. And then goes wide. Long ball hit towards Christian Eriksen. Headed away very well by John Stones. And Walker deals with Christensen, who really has a lot to make up for there for completely switching off for that England goal. Højbjerg now for the Danes, heading towards the England penalty area. Out wide again for Christensen. Tries to get across and it's blocked by Walker. Trent dilly-dallies with the ball in his own penalty area and then heads it away. Saka now will launch one forward. But again, Trent, you've got to wake the hell up there.
Yeah, he's not the strongest point of his game is at defending. Considering he's a defender, it's pretty shocking, really. Just isn't aware to anything, is he? His concentration defensively is really poor.
Yeah. Now we will see if England actually do go on and try and get more goals, or whether it's the old Southgate tactic of sit back now and keep what we've got. Højbjerg again goes out wide. Vind now for Denmark. Inside to Højbjerg again. Nothing really forward. They could have got a cross in there, but they didn't. And it's now with Hjulmand. Back to Christensen. And played out wide again. Denmark trying to break England down here, but not having much success. Oh, come on, Phil Foden, you've got to be stronger there. Højbjerg in a 50-50 with Declan Rice. Tremendous battle going on there. Good work by Trippier. He clears the ball. But Denmark have responded pretty well to going a goal behind, but the flag is up for offside. What a challenge that was, Billy.
Yeah, good defensive work from Kieran Trippier, though. He started the game really well defensively. Left back, to be fair to him. He looks much more solid than what he did tonight. Yeah.
Tremendous 50-50. And good on both players for not backing out there. I mean, Højbjerg...
He got in 230, to be fair, but it all below the... he didn't get it.
Yeah. Højbjerg's not the type of player that's going to pull out of a challenge like that, to be fair. He's going to go in 100%. And the ball currently with John Stones. Back to Jordan Pickford. He's been pressed by Højlund. Goes left-footed towards Harry Kane. Good work by Vestergaard there for Denmark. Eriksen now. And puts Denmark on the attack again. Nice little bit of play. Denmark have certainly responded well here. We want to get straight back into the game. Out to the right-hand side again. This time, the cross is blocked by Kieran Trippier. Throw into Denmark.
No, the risk of sound like a broken record. Harry Kane's got to do a lot better there. He doesn't even jump for the ball. He's hoping that Vestergaard misses the header and trying to win it behind him. You've got to try and influence that play yourself there, not just go and hope he misses it.
I tell you what, Miller doesn't have to get forward for the Danes, doesn't he? But we've been a bit poor there in possession. Bellingham losing out. And again, blocked this time by Trippier again. And it's a throw into Denmark.
Jude's been quiet so far.
He has, yeah. Denmark have really gone up a gear since we scored. Eriksen now for the Danes. Plays it through. Good opportunity this on the edge of the box again. Eriksen turns, gets past Trent rather easily and fires in a shot that's blocked. It's gone up in the air, headed away by Rice. Not really convincing. The England all over the place here. And it comes out to Christensen and he is blocked and another throw to Denmark. What are we doing? Trent again.
Yeah, leaving it for the players and things like that. You don't do that in the penalty area. You've got to be more clinical and get the ball away.
Christensen with the throw-in for Denmark to Højbjerg. And he's overhit that pass back to Christensen, and England will get a throw in to just calm things down a little bit. But Alex, a bit more of an explosive reaction from Denmark to the goal rather than England.
Yeah, well, frustratingly, and I would say this in a biased way, but I do feel like we should be doing better to contain them. Trent, Foden, we need people doubling up, a bit more pressure on the ball, people walking past players far too easily. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why Foden's in his own 6-yard box. I mean, we need players to get in. And
Foden was coming back a lot against Serbia, wasn't he, as well?
That's got to be managed.
We need pressure on the ball sometimes, though. We need a lot more pressure on the It's far too passive.
It's manager instruction for Foden to come back. It has to be.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Anderson goes wide for Mæhle again, inside to Eriksson. Eriksson turns, sees what he's got available, goes out to Mæhle on the right again, who's seen a lot of the ball down that right-hand side for Denmark. Anderson, Højbjerg, out to Mæhle again. No crossing opportunity there, but there is this time from Anderson deep into the box, and that was good defending by John Stones. Really strong defending by Stones, and Pickford picks up the pieces there for England. But Vind again causing problems in the box, Billy, but John Stones held him off quite nicely there.
Yeah, it was good defending, wasn't it? A bit concerning that there was no pressure to stop the cross coming in, but John Stones dealt with it when it did come in. Because Pickford came and stopped again, didn't he?
He did, yeah. Saka now for England. Back to Declan Rice. Good move by Jude Bellingham. And Rice has found him, but just too much on it. And good reactions from Kasper Schmeichel out in a shot to get the ball on the edge of the box. Christensen now for Denmark will bring it away. Midway through his own half here. They'll go to the right-hand side to Anderson again. He's got Mæhle in front of him. Mæhle over the halfway line. And again, England backing off him. And Mæhle says, right, I'll bring the ball in for you. Sorry, that's Anderson. Mæhle now on the ball. Anderson. How can we allow a centre-back to make that kind of run past 4 England players? Crazy.
Because Bellingham was out of position, so there was a hole.
Not a very big one, though.
Enough for one player.
But I tell you what, Denmark have been by far the better team since we scored, Billy.
Yeah, they have, yeah.
And they've got a chance here with Eriksson. Oh, great defending again by Gué. He's thrown himself in front of the ball, but we are all over the place defensively. Denmark wanted a free kick there. They're not going to get one. And Saka now tries to give England an outlet. Turns, could have gone left, but doesn't, goes to Kyle Walker. There's a Denmark player down in the penalty area for England, but he is Saka. He's taken out. Referee says foul, free kick England.
Brilliant,
and a yellow card.
Brilliant from Jude Bellingham there. Calm as you like. We're going to ball out very much like Bruno does. Yeah, yes. Really good from Bellingham, that was.
Yeah. Vestergaard is booked.
Yeah, that wasn't a foul in that build-up. I didn't think it was a foul. Very odd. Not this.
Yeah,
when the Denmark player went down, it looked like a great challenge, unless we get given another angle.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to get one.
But England have a set piece now. It's... well, there's going to be no shot here, obviously. It's about 90 yards out.
There's 4 people that are discussing about what's going to happen here. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
There's no foul there.
Oh, that's a terrible dive from Højbjerg. Dear God. How long did he wait to go down there, by the way?
Yeah, ridiculous. Once he realised he'd lost control of it.
Yeah, absolutely shocking. Anyway, we took a short free kick. Bellingham's ball over the top for Gué. He just couldn't get enough on it to pull it back, and it's out for a Denmark goal kick. Just a little bit too much on that from Jude Bellingham, but a good idea. Sorry, it was Trent again. I'm getting them two mixed up.
He's not got his range yet, has he, Alexander-Arnold?
No. And he hasn't got his defensive head on at all.
He's not got one, let's be honest.
Eriksson for Denmark to Højbjerg. That's not a great touch from Højbjerg. Oh, come on, Foden. You should have got that. Eriksson plays it forward, and here he is again. A little 1-2 with Højlund. And Denmark start again. And looking to attack down this right-hand side again. Anderson swings it in towards Højlund. Cleared again by England. Foden trying to fancy touching his own half. That's not going to work, Phil Foden. Højbjerg again, driving towards the penalty area, driving into the penalty box. 3 England players come to meet him. He gets the ball in. Eriksen's kept the ball in here on the byline. It's around, and somehow we get away with it. Højlund couldn't get the shot away. Vind was in the penalty area as well. But just shocking defending again, Alex.
I mean, for me, that all starts with Foden just kind of backing off. He puts his hands out. He doesn't follow it, any runners. And then, of course, this is going to happen. Anything can happen in the box. It can bobble. It can ping off bodies. And it did. And it nearly cost us there. We need to be a bit more aggressive before they get the box entries. The Foden is not the guy for me at the moment. For all the attacking acumen, it's not doing it.
He shouldn't be trying to. He certainly shouldn't be trying a fancy flick like that. 5 yards outside his own penalty area, and he completely missed the ball and just gave it back to the Danes again.
It was the lack of pressing that annoys me.
But again, we've scored the first goal, and now we're on the back foot again, and we have been on the back foot since we took the lead. Foden back to Kieran Trippier now to Guehi. Guehi under pressure. Has to do well and hits a long ball towards Kyle Walker. Eriksen didn't really want to go 50-50 with Kyle Walker there. And again, pressing from the Danes. Højlund going in on Pickford. Pickford left-footed towards Harry Kane. Kane again doesn't win the ball. Alexander-Arnold doesn't win the ball. Bellingham doesn't win the ball. And Holland come out with it now. Played wide again. And Müller brings it forward into the penalty. That looks suspiciously offside. But no flag is up. In comes the cross. It's a very deep one. Pickford comes and where is the shout? And England again get away with it. Saka now brings it forward. Tries and goes on a mazy run down the right-hand side. That's what we want to see from Saka. He's blocked off by Christensen. And the referee says, get up, Saka. No foul.
Yeah, I don't know where the defender's supposed to go there. He's not going to let him go by, is he?
No. I mean, Christensen just stood his ground there, didn't he? Anderson now for Denmark. Mailer out to the right-hand side. Cuts it inside now. Christensen out to Christiansen on the left-hand side. Half an hour gone. England lead by 1-0 through Harry Kane in the 18th minute, but it has been all Denmark since England scored. And we have just once again gone into some sort of crazy shell. I mean, to be honest, I know we're winning 1-0, but this has not been a good England performance, even before the goal.
No, it's been dreadful.
Well, that's a good ball through. And Denmark start again now. Outside to Mailer again on this right-hand side. Running to Kieran Trippier. Trippier backing off. Mailer cuts inside. Nice little ball into the box. Denmark starting again, looking for options, but good defending this time, forcing them back. Ball forward. This is a great chance. And Gray comes across. It's deflected over the bar. And Denmark will get a corner.
Good defending from Guehi, but the captain again letting the ball go to that player. No pressure whatsoever. Standing there watching him collect the ball, and Vind was in on goal there. It was good from Guehi.
Yeah, I think that should be a goal kick, actually. Oh, no, did come off Guehi. I'm not sure what the referee's given here. He has given a corner. Okay. I mean, this is shocking from England. It really is. That the defending has been... I mean, Guehi saved the goal there, no doubt about it again.
But again, that pitch curtain up, wasn't it? Really bad.
Yeah, I mean, look at all the lumps and bumps. And Denmark played a quick corner there. The referee not happy with what's going on in the penalty area. Walker and Christensen. And the referee telling them, I am watching you like a hawk.
And I think Christensen had his shirt pulled, giving him the look of his name on the back of it.
Yeah, it's a bit tatty. But he's having a bit of a laugh with Kyle Walker there. And Eriksen will take another corner for the Danes. I think Christensen just telling the referee to keep an eye on things there. In comes Eriksen's corner towards the edge of the 6-yard box, and it's a header over by Vestergaard. And he's annoyed with himself because I think he should have done better. I'm not sure what I think the referee's given a free kick, actually. Maybe a bit of leaning by the big Dane there, Vestergaard. Alex, thoughts?
Well, it's just very poor. It's the last-ditch defending is very good, and it's everybody in front of them. It's poor from Well, even to a point, Bellingham and Trent not doing great defensively. Kane's not putting any pressure. Foden's poor as well. I think Rice is doing well, and the back four are doing well, but we need them to be a bit more aggressive.
Well, again, look at Guehi punching the ground there, putting the divots back in. That pitch is terrible, by the way. Look at all the divots on that pitch.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous.
It is shocking.
It's going to be a serious injury in this game.
Denmark on an attack. Another shot, and it's 1-1. It's from about 35 yards out, and Denmark equalise. And it's Højlund. It's what's his face? It's Hjulmand who's got the goal. What a strike that is! In off the post, and Denmark equalise, Billy.
Yeah, it's a great shot, isn't it? Pickford really should be beaten from that distance, but no one closed him down, allowing him the shot. And it's unstoppable, really.
And you can't say that the Danes do not deserve it, because England have been nothing short of bloody awful. And that is a well-deserved goal for Denmark and a wake-up call for England. Hjulmand with an absolute trailblazer, Alex.
Oh,
he's not listening.
Well, I'm just watching the replay here. It's Harry Kane.
How far is he out?
Is it Harry Kane? It is. It's Harry Kane who plays it centrally. He's 30 yards out. Saka tries to close him down. Again, it's Harry Kane who plays a ball centrally to absolutely no one. He has an unchallenged 30-yard shot, which hits the inside of the far post.
Pickford, he didn't see that till late. I'm not blaming the goalkeeper there.
No,
there's
a lot of bodies in the way of that.
Yeah, it's an
I think the primary blame. Well, Kane with the misplaced pass, and then possibly nobody closing it down. It's an unforgivable one to concede, really. But Pickford can't really put the blame on him there.
Yeah, Hjulmand injured now in a collision with Declan Rice. Rice going in. Yeah, his elbow was in the back of his head there. But it's nothing short of what the Danes deserve, Billy, and England have got to wake up.
100%. Yeah, I mean, Denmark have deserved it. They've been on the front foot virtually all of the game, apart from when we scored. You know, they've been a better side. Probably deserved to be in front, to be fair.
Yeah, miles the better side. I mean, literally, we've had one attack and scored, apart from that Foden chance in the first 15 minutes. But it's been all Denmark since then. It has been a shocking performance. And I'm sorry, we expected better after the Serbia game to England to come out and, you know, they've had some more training. They've had a bit more time to sort of work out a game plan. But I have no idea what the game plan is here. Harry Kane now, again, a heavy touch, loses the ball for England. And Denmark get it back with Højbjerg again. He goes over the top looking for Rasmus Højlund. Stones has him and nods it down to Kyle Walker, who blasts forward, turns the jet engines on. But again, England lose the ball. Poor play. And why is Harry Kane back on the halfway line? Why is he not making a run? And that's cool. Always called it back for a free kick. Vind was taken out, but Denmark were in on goal.
They were. Maley was in there, wasn't he? It's not even a foul either. He played the ball.
Yeah, we've got away with that a little bit. You know, I'm not saying it. I mean, yeah, it wasn't a foul. We got the ball, but I think we got away with the fact that the referee didn't allow advantage there because we were up the spout there.
Yeah, we were.
Vestergaard for Denmark, who are just playing by far the better football here. And I'm not sure. I mean, Alex, what are England's tactics in this game?
Same as it was in the first game. It's passive. I thought after the match interviews with Kane and Bellingham that we were going to maybe line up a little bit differently and play a bit differently, and that's not happened. Yeah. It's so passive. It's sitting off. It's respecting Denmark as though they are a cut above, which they're not. Player for player, they're not. There's no reason to be playing like this. It's poor. It's very poor.
This all comes from the front for me. The lack of movement from Kane is making the midfield hold on to the ball longer than what they want to do.
Do you know what?
We need to get him off.
I'll say this again. He's missed the ball again there, and a chance at the edge of the box. It's deflected, and another corner to Denmark. Pickford is going ballistic with his back line. But again, Kane missing the I honestly don't think Harry Kane's fit, guys. I don't think he's fit.
Does he? It's all well and good in being good enough for goals, but if he's not going to contribute to the system, we're going to lose the game.
He doesn't look like he can run. I mean, when have you seen him run in the two games we've played so far?
But the frustrating thing is I've seen some Bayern Munich games this season where he was running his socks off. So this is infuriating because I've seen him do it.
Yeah. And Anderson at the back post and onto the top of the goal, and England get a goal kick. Channel Right, thank you for your super chat. England too slow and pissing about in midfield. Chippers, who's been a member for an incredible 30 months now. Thank you, Chippers. Trent in central midfield is not working. Simple as. Well, nothing's working at the minute, to be honest. It's an absolute ballsack of a performance this first half from England.
I think you can fix it with one change. Take Kane off, put Tony on, or even Buddy Watkins. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying that, but someone with a bit of movement up front and give midfielders.
And there again, he's just lost the ball without even a challenge. I mean, Christensen's having such an easy game against Harry Kane. It is unbelievable. I cannot believe that the ball possession is 50-50 in this first half. How is that right? That cannot be right.
No, I don't think it is. Denmark have had much more of the ball, haven't they?
Absolutely. Schmeichel goes along to this left-hand side. Christensen. Walker wins the ball, but it bounces straight to the goal scorer, Hjulmand. And now Denmark will start again on the right-hand side. Anderson brings it away. He's got Mueller off to the right-hand side. And here is Mueller running at Kieran Trippier. Mueller, I think the ball took a little bit of a bobble before he crossed that there, which is fortunate for England because it's gone flying over the bar for another goal kick. I mean, England are just all over the place here, guys. There's no other way to put it. We are all over the place.
We are.
Seeing the goal again. I mean, that's a hell of a hit. Pickford didn't even see it. No chance for the goalkeeper.
Trent should be closing that down, and so should Royce, to be fair. They're just allowing him to shoot.
But nobody, not one England player went to close the ball down. And at the moment, Denmark, just every time England come forward, England lose the ball, Denmark go on the attack. Højbjerg did well there. Oh, my goodness me. Trent just got it to Declan Rice, and Rice got it back to Pickford. Now Trent again. We got 5 minutes to go of normal time in this first half. It's England 1, Denmark 1. Foden brings it forward. Hasn't had a touch for a while, but that's fantastic skill from Foden. Harry Kane wants it played forward. Foden hits it, and Harry Kane is furious. He could have played him in there. Big chance, and it's gone again. Alex.
Well, I mean, Harry Kane can sit down because he's lost the ball every time he's had it so far, regardless of the goal. He's been useless in link-up. So what's Foden got to expect? He wants to try and get us back in this game.
Yeah.
Kane needs to get subbed off straight away. Fantastic from Foden, yeah. Beat a few, drove rapid feet, made the space for himself. He's got every right to try and take that shot. He should really be playing Kane in there, but I'm not surprised after what Kane's done in the last half an hour. He's been shocking. And the fact that Kane has scored a goal and we're so angry with him speaks volumes. Everything else has been a bit abysmal.
Yep. No link-up play, no hold-up play, no nothing. And let's face it, the goal he scored, it bounced right to his feet, and he just had to tap it in.
This requires 3 half-time substitutions. It absolutely does. We need another midfielder. We need a more mobile striker. Foden has been doing a lot better. Probably deserves to stay on.
Well, he's come across to this near side now. Foden's come well away from the left-hand side to try and get involved in the game. It's as simple as. Here he is through the middle now. Declan Rice, back to Foden. Bellingham, who's been very, very quiet in the first half. Guehi now. He's got Trippier out to the left-hand side here. Trippier rolls one down the line to Jude Bellingham. Bellingham's got Anderson and Mueller for company. He did well there to keep the ball in. Trippier plays the ball to Harry Kane. It just bounces off him and England lose the ball again.
Okay, just get off the pitch, man.
He can't. I mean, just because he's Harry Kane does not mean that he can't be taken off for not playing very well. Foden with an opportunity again. He tried to cross it in for Saka. And it goes behind for a goal kick to Denmark. Saka acknowledging the pass.
Why would you chip it to the back post of the smallest man on the pitch?
Well,
no one else in the box, is there?
There's nobody there. Absolutely nobody there. 114 kilometers an hour, the shot from Hjulmand.
That had an XG of 0.02. So you score 2 out of 100 of that chance. It wasn't my
blame for not closing down goes to Royce rather than Trent on that occasion because he's close one to it.
Yeah.
I thought Saka was close.
Saka was close as well, yeah.
Guehi again under pressure. Foden, this time the flick works, but England, I mean, Bellingham's well off the pace, by the way, again today. He's not done at all. I don't think we're playing to Bellingham's strengths, however. Here's Foden again. Again, coming. He's lost the ball this time, though. And Denmark go back on the attack. Out to Mueller on the right-hand side. Højlund. And Foden just walking there. Watch the ball go past him. And Guehi does really well to head it away. Nasty challenge, or a heavy challenge on Guehi. The referee deemed it to be fine. Kane trying to dribble out his own penalty area and has lost the ball again. Not the penalty area, out his own half. Come on!
I mean, I think I could keep up with Kane on today's performance.
Seriously. He had Bellingham open left. Why didn't he pass it to someone?
Selfish shit player.
Clip forward again. Rasmus Højlund into the penalty area. John Stones sticks to him like glue. Shot comes in and it's straight down the throat of Pickford. Højlund again letting a shot go as he did in the first minute of the game. He does it at the final minute of the first half. Pickford's positioning was very good there. Just knocks the ball out his palms and picks it up. But we're into the final minute now of normal time. Oh, what is that, John Stones? I mean, that is a 2-yard pass. It's just flunked. Højlund into the box. Tries to get the byline, pulls it back, and luckily for John Stones, Declan Rice. But he's pissing about with it as well. What is going on?
Lord knows.
Rice is kicking off for a free kick. It wasn't. Denmark are battering England here. There's no other word for it.
Well, they won it a lot more than we did with the look of it, don't they?
I mean, Rice is arguing with Stones now. Pickford's arguing with everybody.
Yeah, not right. This isn't right.
Dear
isn't
God.
Right in this camp.
Declan Rice now for England. Towards the halfway line. Plays it into Foden. Foden got Bellingham to his right. Now Jude Bellingham. I mean, it's just no urgency with England at all. It is so slow.
I mean, look, just keep your eye on Kane for a minute.
He doesn't move, Billy.
Look. No spinning in behind the defenders. Nothing. Look at him.
I mean, what is your midfield supposed to do? Kane again on the ball now. Brings it forward. Two men on him. Manages to get it back to Trent.
No, he's going to go backwards, obviously.
He's going to try and cross this Kane, who isn't in the box anymore, because he's still out here. Look.
Yeah, he's in the right back position now. Is Harry Kane?
Absolutely pathetic.
Dear God. 1 minute of additional time.
Man. Oh, he's jogging back. Get in position, Harry. What are you doing?
Alexander-Arnold swings in across, goes all the way through to Trippier on the far side. Trippier back now to Guehi, to Declan Rice. But again, I mean, the pointing to the right-hand side, play it out to Saka. Saka takes it down on his chest. Difficult ball to deal with, but does really well. Cuts back on his left foot into Phil Foden now. Foden with a curler just over the bar.
Unlucky.
But he's looked the more likely to score in this game as half-time goes. What a tragic performance from England. Absolutely shocking. In the first half, it's England 1, Denmark 1. Billy?
Yeah, it's all down to the captain for me. You've got to get him off the pitch. He's not fit. He's not making the effort needed for an international player to provide you midfield with someone to aim for. It's shocking. And because of that, we're getting caught with the ball in midfield. And with the second best side in this pitch, they want it more than us. We've been absolutely outrageously poor.
Well, apparently Ollie says Shearer just said exactly what you said, Billy, about Harry Kane. Shearer's picked this up before about Harry Kane and seems to be the only one that wants to bloody say it in the pundits. I mean, that is a tragic first half from England. Absolutely all over the place. Ah, dear. Alex, your thoughts on the first half?
Well, if this was Football Manager, you throw the water bowl, you kick the chair, you throw your arms in the air, and you scream at all 11 of them. Absolute dross. Not good enough. No fight, no passion, no pressing, no tackles, sloppy passing, sloppy positioning, no communication, no winning the ball in the air, bickering with each other. Absolutely disgusting. Get better in the second half at the basics. And if your attitude is not right, you're off. Back home. Shocking. Not only has the manager been incompetent, most of the players on the pitch have been shocking as well. Jude is not excused from that either. Stones has been poor. Jude has been poor. All of them have been poor. It's like some of the poor players in that team that is starting to bleed through to the rest of the squad now. And Billy said something that I really didn't want to believe, but not all is right in that camp. They are not happy with each other. They're not happy with how they're playing. They're not happy with the tactics. They're not happy with what some of them are doing. that is absolutely embarrassing. So for any Danes in the chat, we are considerably better than you man for man. This is abysmal. We should be doing far better. And
that's the problem, Alex. That's the problem. How long do we, as England fans, we can see the quality that England have on an individual level. Yeah. And the problem is the manager.
This manager should have gone 4 years ago. After the Italy defeat, fine. He probably got another pop after then, but the tactics and the progression you could see are not there. And there are bystanders. Harry Kane gets away with it because of his goal scoring record. And it shouldn't be like that. We need someone a bit more ruthless. It's inexcusable. The amount of world-class talents we've got in this side. It's indefensible, it's inexcusable, and it's absolutely not good enough. If Gareth Southgate is not absolutely seething in that dressing room, get him sacked immediately. Mid-tournament for all I care.
The problem is, Alex, I don't think he will be. I think he'll be sitting in that dressing room going, we're still in the game. It's 1-1. That's all we need. I can expect him, Billy, to go in and say things like that rather than, throw cups and get angry.
I totally agree with you. He's just a poor manager, isn't he? And, I think the players have seen it now. I mean, we saw the squad at the beginning. There was no fit left backs in it. That was ridiculous in itself. It's just a poor manager. Really poor manager.
I mean, the highlight on TV now, you're just watching Kane. He's just walking and jogging around. There's no urgency in this England side at all.
No.
Nobody wants to get stuck in.
The modern day football is all about press, and they're all doing it apart from the captain, who should be doing it the most. That for me is everything about it.
Avina, thank you, member, for exactly a year. Thank you very much for your support. Crying out for Gordon on the left and Foden in the middle. I completely agree. Phil Foden's been the standout player for England today, and he still hasn't been magnificent, but he's been a driving force, Billy, where he wants to get the ball and at least have a go.
Yeah, I think if you take Trent off, put Jude Bellingham back there, let him influence things from deep, put Foden where Bellingham was, and put Gordon on the left hand side works. Yeah, we're not going to see it though, folks. We're not going to see it. We can all see it, but we're not going to see it on this pitch because the manager can't see it.
Keith Truscott, who's been a member for 21 months now. Thank you, Keith. Incredible support. My God, that's such a below-par performance. Now will he make subs at half-time? That is the question. Surely he's got to. He's simply got to. This is just awful. Foden is killing our shape. He doesn't want to play on the left, and he's coming right over the other side. That's not Foden's fault, though. Foden wants to be involved in the game. If he stays out on the left, he's twice in that first half, Billy. He was completely free on the left, and they ignored him. Yeah, so what's he to do? He wants to become part of the game.
Well, yeah, he's a game changer, isn't he? So you want him in the game as much as possible. And if he's just stood out on the left flank, waiting for a pass that never comes, he's going to go searching for the ball. I think there's lots of players you can blame. I don't think Phil Foden's one of them.
No, I don't tonight. I mean, I called him out against Serbia because he wasn't good. But tonight, there's a few little flashes of brilliant skill, but the support for Foden's been non-existent.
No, I agree.
Peter says, need Foden central, need Gordon and Palmer for attacking options. For midfield options, we need Manu and Gallagher. The problem is, Peter, Southgate has his favourites. And, it's not going to change. He is not going to change the way he manages this England side. Even after watching that, I'll be astounded if he makes any substitutions, Billy.
So will I. I mean, we just saw there, the quickest Harry Kane's moved in the whole game was when he celebrated his goal. Literally. He showed a bit of enthusiasm and appetite for celebrating the goal. Just a selfish player. He is a selfish player.
I mean, we're just seeing the Denmark goal again. I mean, who the hell was he trying to pass to? I mean, it's a hell of a hit. I mean, let's take nothing away.
Royce hasn't gone out to him, though. What's Royce?
Well, no, but nobody went out to him. Well, let's not take anything away from Hjulmand. It was a hell of a hit. And as I say, Jordan Pickford, I mean, he would have imagined that somebody in an England top would have gone out to close that angle down.
Yeah, I agree. For once, we can't blame the Mackham. There's no chance of keeping it out. But yeah, it's just been so passive, and it seems like they want it more than this, which is horrific to say.
I mean, it's terrible that we have to say that, but, we are. Limmy says, I've been defending Southgate for years and years, but even I thought he should be gone for this tournament. Southgate is Steve Bruce in disguise. Ackman says, imagine Kane beating Shearer's record. How embarrassing. Couldn't lace Shearer's boots.
Totally agree with you.
Yep. But Harry Kane is the gospel according to the pundits and the gospel according to everybody around England. Now, if you watch him, I'm not denying that Harry Kane is a wonderful goal scorer, right? He is. He's a quality goal scorer. But as a and certainly as a captain, what the fuck is he doing? You know, we've got to ask questions. Shocking, man. Shocking.
I mean, when he drops deep in plays and passes, sometimes you think that's great. But, I mean, you can't do both. He's either going to be a false nine or he's going to be a centre forward. I don't know. It just doesn't suit any system for me. When you've got to press play, you've got to press. He's not going to do it. He's way, way too slow for that. And this isn't just me saying this now. I've been saying this for 5 or 6 years. You know, it's even when he was scoring goals in the World Cup, I felt that he kind of stifled out the way we play the game. And he's got getting on for 100 caps, maybe more than 100 caps now.
Alexander says, having big name players means absolutely nothing. The Danes are far superior tactically compared to England's lack of urgency. 100%. Liam says, England players seem to think they're entitled to play. They think Denmark is below them, so why try? It's appalling. I do think there's a bit of that, Billy. I do think there's a bit of snobbery in that England team, thinking they can just roll up and play anybody. But let's be honest, when was the last time England played well?
Honestly, can't remember. I mean,
the two friendlies in the build-up, I know there were different teams, etc., but, you know, they were still appalling. You know, they still played the same way that England have played for so long now, with the shite tactics, the negativity. The whole thing is wrong. Just completely wrong.
I mean, there obviously have been good performances for England since Southgate's been in charge, but honestly, can't remember any. You know, and it's fact that unless we get a good draw, we don't progress in these tournaments. As soon as we play someone half decent, we lose. It's as simple and straightforward as that.
Yeah, and I agree with that comment there that he's too weak because of the egos in the dressing room. He hasn't got the managerial respect, I don't think, from some of these players. Now, I'm not saying that that's right or wrong. I'm just saying that he doesn't seem to have, because he doesn't stamp down. He doesn't have any authority in that dressing room by the looks of things.
Absolutely. Yeah, he shouldn't be in the job. He's not got any qualifications to be England manager. You know, what he's doing at managerial level is he poor at Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
And then he did a bit at the under-21s, but let's face it, he did that with Stuart Pearce's team. Yeah. So, I mean, Lee Carter's did a better job with it.
The under-21s, Billy, let's be fair, it's very, very different from the full setup to go into that role.
I totally agree.
But, you know, it's just wrong. Kyle Walker's been the best player by far, and T-Rex Arms is the only one shouting at people. It's pathetic, no leader on the field, and the captain is lazy. I'm not sure Kyle Walker's been the best player, to be honest. He's been decent, but I think the only one that's trying to do anything is actually Foden. Trent needs to come out of this midfield if he hasn't got a clue. Kane too deep. Foden wastes the space on the left. Useless Southgate. It's boring. I mean, how come, Alex, so many England fans can say this? We're all saying the same thing here, yet the manager can't see anything.
I mean, it just reminds me of Steve Bruce at Newcastle. We all said we don't look fit. We've got a few technical players. We could play with a bit more oomph. Eddie Howe came in and got the same group of players playing a bit better. You know, we didn't have Bruno straight away. We didn't have Isak straight away. We were able, we brought in players like Dan Burn, who aren't world beaters, and we steadied the ship and we played standard players and we had a bit more oomph. It's down to the tactics. It's down to the shape, the system, the belief. And I'm not buying this. I'm sorry. Just because you listen to podcasts and you're on the High Performance podcast and you're a good man manager and you're a motivator and you're inspirational and you have aura and you have this, but you don't have what it takes to be an international manager. He doesn't have the tactics down at all. He keeps being let off. I mean, even if I'm going to nitpick and be harsh, our goal wasn't even overly good. It was down to a fullback falling asleep and then a deflection putting it onto Kane's boot. We did not work that overly well. That was not a constructed goal from patience. That was the fullback pinching someone, and it falling to Harry Kane's boot off a deflection.
Yeah.
We didn't even work our goal very well. Let's be honest about it.
Yeah.
And it's just shocking. It's really bad.
Gilles Galad, thank you very much for your super chat. Trying to high press, but Kane just walking around. Well, that's what he does, unfortunately, and we just have to live with that. Rice, Bellingham should be enough in midfield, then Foden, Gordon, and Saka, and replace Kane with either Tony or Watkins. I totally agree.
I do too.
Tony says, I had a feeling we would struggle this game, but Southgate is delusional. He watches a different game to everyone else. That's my worry, that he's gone in that dressing room and said, well played, lads. I mean, I can just imagine him saying that.
You could, but is Gareth Southgate really managing this team? I tend to think that Harry Kane's managing it. Yeah. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in the side, I would think.
If you're a neutral and you knew nothing about these two teams, and I told both of you, one of these teams is ranked 4th in the world, which would you say it was?
Well,
clearly Denmark. Clearly. Because I tell you what, he's been tactically outmaneuvered again, Gareth Southgate. But the problem is that the players don't seem to have grasped this system that Southgate wants to play, because they're all over the place. They're absolutely rotten. They really are. And look, there's the table as it stands, right? Which means, going into the final game, if this stays a draw, Denmark, if they beat Serbia, and then Slovenia beat England, which is a possibility, England are out.
Well, I think they'll be through on the third point.
But then they'd meet somebody of a much stronger nation, and they're gone, aren't they?
And there's absolutely no way Southgate would want to do that.
I think we will go through, but I think the odds-on draw that we were going to get if we get out of the group is Belgium. I think is the most statistically likely, and then if we beat Belgium, we might have to play Switzerland or Italy in the following round in the quarterfinals. But those are the most likely
Belgium are going anywhere, Alex. They lost their first game. They're all over the place.
That's the stats as it stands. The most likely progressors. It won't be that, of course. It never is exact. But I've got no confidence. We may win if we get out of this group, which I think we probably will if we're lucky. Even if we duff it, we'll still get through as a third place team. But then, are we going to win our round of 16? If we fluke that, I am convinced. No.
Yeah, I'm convinced that when we come up against a really strong nation, we're out.
We might be able to sleepwalk our way to the quarterfinals, and then somebody big will bin us out straight away.
This team is not good enough to win the tournament. That manager there in his bloody beige, bloody whatever it is he's wearing, piss off. PD Proudlock, thank you for being a member for 7 months, buddy. Really appreciate that. Whoever thinks we will win this Euros, we are a million miles away from doing that. Well, I think we're more than a million miles. I think there's more chance of getting to Mars. And it doesn't look like there's going to be any England changes at halftime, by the way. The same 11 has come out the dressing room. I mean, I honestly don't understand this fascination with Harry Kane. I just don't. Daniil, who's been a member for 29 months. Daniil, thank you very much, buddy. Southgate is out of his depth. It's simple. Guys, please do subscribe if you're new. Completely free to do so. Come and be part of our amazing community here on the Toon Review. It is free. Don't forget to hit the bell as well to notify you when we upload any videos or we schedule the lives. And of course, please keep giving the thumbs up if you're enjoying today's commentary. If you're watching on Twitter, come across to YouTube and subscribe. It's a fantastic community that we have here on the Toon Review. But definitely no changes for England at halftime. I mean, that in itself is appalling.
Well, Harry Kane's obviously doesn't want to come off, does he? He can still get another tapping goal and make himself look even better on the statistics.
Yep, I totally agree. Denmark are going to kick us off for the second half. They will be going left to right in the second half to see if they can, beat England. And given the first half display, I think Denmark will. The Danish manager, Billy, just say exactly this. Just go and do the same.
Yeah, exactly. You've got the game under control. Go out and win the game. Simple as that. You want it more than them, keep up with the same attitude and you'll win the game.
Chrissy says, please, Paul, say Southgate is a shithouse. Southgate is a shithouse. Anyway, the game is now underway and we have a very early offside here. And for once, the England line stayed level and stayed disciplined.
You don't need the house at the end of that comment, by the way.
Sorry? He's a shit. Anyway, Kyle Walker has the ball now. And back to John Stones. Again, look, there's nobody there for him. Walker down the line and kicks it straight out of play, and it's a Denmark throw-in. And if that's the way that the second half is going to continue, then God help us. Simples. Shira69, thank you for your super chat. Being a member from the beginning, no way we will win anything with Southgate. Oh, I completely agree. And Denmark coming forward now down this right-hand side again. And an opportunity for Miller to get the ball into the box. He has got it in. Nobody stands up to Højlund. Shot comes in. It's deflected. And Højlund almost getting on the way of it. John Stones heads it away. Trippier left-footed has completely sliced it. And it's gone to bloody Jordan Pickford. Well, how much time did they have in the penalty area there?
That's ridiculous. It's just so bad.
Oh, that's terrible. Absolutely. I can't believe he's given a free kick for that. How lucky was Alexander-Arnold there?
Very lucky. Poor foul to give away, really. And it is a foul.
It's just weak, that, in my opinion. I mean, yes, it's a foul, but it's weak. Declan Rice now for England. Over the halfway line. Lays it out to Jude Bellingham. Bellingham brings it forward. Back to Declan Rice. Rice is tackled immediately, and Denmark win the ball back. The hunger is just there from Denmark. I mean, Declan Rice there, pussyfooting on the ball again.
Well, it's a poor pass from Bellingham. Played him into trouble, didn't he?
Yep.
Bellingham was in the back of his leg there as well.
Who, sorry?
Bellingham.
Yeah. He did that a couple of times in the first half, actually. And Denmark now just regaining possession with Vestergaard. Christensen out to the far side. Højlund trying to beat Guay. Nice and strong there again. Harry Kane manages to get a pass to Saka now. Saka down the right-hand side. Again, the ricochet goes in our favour because it was an awful pass by Saka. But he's back on the ball now into Kane. And again, we have the striker out playing out on the right wing. Unbelievable stuff. And again,
look at him now. Look, but watch him now. Look at him making a real effort to get him in. Look at him.
Get back in the box, man. What is he doing?
Yeah.
There's no outlet.
He's still there now. He's still walking at snail's pace.
They've got 3 centre halves, man. What were we expected to do here?
Dear God. We're back on the halfway line now with Trent into Declan Rice. Back to Trent. Oh, my God. And then Stones hits a ball. I mean, wow. Wow.
Oh, look, Kane's jogging now. There's no chance of getting to the ball. Look. And that stopped him.
I mean, dear Lord. How has he not made any changes? Somebody tell me why. I mean,
again, I'll say what I always say. You give players 10 or 15 minutes to enact what you said at half time. He's given them 3 or 4, and they've been shocking. Changes now. Absolutely right now.
Problem we've got, though, Alex, is if Southgate's gone in there and said we're playing well, and then, he's not going to give the players time. Yeah, Bellingham down. He wanted a free kick. Again, I don't think it was a free kick. They tackled the ball off him, and there's just something not right here. I mean, here come the Danes again. Mailer on this right-hand side.
She's been very petulant and prima donna today, I've got to say. It's not a nice thing to say, but he has been. Yeah,
just going down and complaining at the referee all the time. He lost the ball fair and square there. Denmark building again with Christensen. Back to Vestergaard in the centre circle. To Anderson. Anderson clips one forward to Højlund, who's in loads of space. Gets the ball down to Eriksen. Poor control by Eriksen. Nice little chest lay off by Højlund. Foden tries to flick it on. Only finds Mailer again. Declan Rice wins it in the air. Bellingham manages to get it to Trent. Now Trent bursts forward. This is better. Trent on the march. And he's played it behind Phil Foden. Awful pass. And the move dies off. I mean, you've got a 4-on-3 there, and he plays it behind Phil Foden.
But again, the striker wasn't really bursting the guts to get into space, was he?
No, well, of course not. The problem is with Harry Kane, he wants the ball played to him. He doesn't feel like he has to do any of the work. Saka with a cross to the back post. Foden brings it down. It's cleared away by Denmark. Guehi now. England with a bit of pressure. Kieran Trippier. Can he get a cross in? It's a nice ball down the line for Bellingham. Bellingham in the box. Good strength by Bellingham. Back to Trippier. Trippier into Declan Rice. An opportunity for Declan Rice to hit one. It's deflected and well kept an eye on by Kasper Schmeichel, and it's back in his arms. I mean, it took 2 deflections, that. Schmeichel did extremely well to keep an eye on that ball there. And Denmark start again in their own half. Anderson now. My aerial is playing up big style. The ball is back with Pickford now. And now John Stones to Declan Rice. Keith Truscott, thank you very much for your super chat. 4th in the world, guys. 4th. Embarrassing to say the least.
It's embarrassing for all those nations that are below us, because if we are 4th in the world, there's something seriously wrong.
Yeah. I mean, the world rankings are just absolute pot, to be honest. Here's Trent. And now Guehi brings it away. Trippier to his left. Trippier on the halfway line for England. Inside to Alexander-Arnold. He pings a right-footed ball towards Saka. That is a quality ball. Can Saka control it? He can! Oh, it's into the side netting. Oh. Big chance. Big chance. And Saka did all he could there, but couldn't divert it over Schmeichel, who, well, I don't know why he came out that far when there's a defender in front of him. Awful goalkeeping. Dan Robinson.
Look where Harry Kane is.
Well, he's not even in the penalty area, is he?
No, if there was any sort of ricochet or goalkeeping save or rebound, he's not there to help.
Unbelievable. It really is. Dan Robinson, thank you for your super chat. Kane off for Gordon. Ford in the middle. Gordon on the left. Trent for Gallagher. Take off the chaff. Bring on the hungry players who actually want to win. Lady Sam says, right, just finished work. What the hell have I missed? Oh, Billy, would you like to explain?
A big pile of dog do. It's been awful. Second best in the game. Won it less than what they do. We played a bit better the past couple of minutes, but we just look at 6s and 7s everywhere on the pitch.
Yeah. Denmark on the attack again. They look like an offside there, and it is offside. Oh. And Trent's not going to be able to take it from there.
Well, he shouldn't have stopped playing then, should he?
England are making a change. And coming off is number 8. Trent, and Conor Gallagher is replacing him. So an early change from Gareth Southgate. Why didn't he just make that at half-time? I mean, Trent was never going to do anything better in the second half. And Conor Gallagher replaces him.
I think this experiment's done with now.
I think so. Alex, your thoughts on the substitution?
Well, you might as well have done it at half-time. if you're going to do it on the 53rd minute, why didn't you do it at half-time? There's 8 minutes in it. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I can see why he's done it. It was an experiment, and ideally, if you're going to make a sub, we need more than one, because we need a bit more oomph in this game and a bit more control.
Well, the ball currently back with Jordan Pickford, closed down very quickly by Eriksson. Sends it long again. Bellingham does really well to shrug off 2 defenders and now breaks forward for England. And now Phil Foden, slightly behind him again, though, but he manages to find Bellingham again. Bellingham pulls it back, and it's wellied away by the Danes for an England throw-in. That's what we need to see from Jude Bellingham, though, that drive and force, Billy.
Yeah, the first time we've really seen it in the whole game, isn't it? And, he got out of a tight situation really well there. And we are in attacking position now. Hopefully we can see more of Bellingham now that Gallagher's on the pitch.
Yeah. Hopefully that will free him up a bit more, won't it? Guehi now for England. Back to John Stones in the centre circle. Kyle Walker. Saka. Quickly closed down there, Saka. Back to Walker, across to John Stones. Conor Gallagher now, first touch of the game. Sends it wide for Kyle Walker. Back to Saka. Saka, nice bit of skill on the right-hand side. Plays it inside to Foden. That's good stuff from England. Foden shot off the post and the rebound over the bar.
Yeah.
Brilliant effort by Phil Foden. That's exactly what he can do and why he should not be playing on the left, because he's capable of that.
Yeah, brilliant from Foden. That so close to giving us the lead again. I think Schmeichel may have had it covered though if it was inside the post.
Well, we'll see it from behind the goal here. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I think he's done too late, isn't he?
Been a close one. Roadblock, thank you for your super chat. Hi, chaps. What a load of keek. I've never heard that word before.
I think it's a Scottish word for shh. You know what I mean.
I think VAR were just checking to see if there was a foul on Saka going into the rebound there. But substitutions for the Danes. Vind is coming off for Damsgaard.
He's a good player. That Damsgaard can cause us problems.
Brentford player, isn't he?
Mm.
And Barr has come on for Christiansen.
Bah.
Well, he's a very attacking player as well. So Denmark have made a couple of positive changes there, guys, to be fair.
Yeah.
Oh, see how that changes things. Still 1-1. England have had a bit better the last 5 or 6 minutes or so, but Foden hitting the post. Long ball out to this right-hand side. That looked like it was out of play. Kristen, thank you very much for your super chat. Kane has similar acceleration to an oil tanker. Yeah, he's well. I genuinely don't think he's fit, but Southgate's not going to leave him out. I just think that the 70% Harry Kane is going to do a job.
Oh, of course, it breaks down with Kane again.
Yep. Denmark coming forward now. Barr's first touch. Clipped forward, looking for the run. And it's a very, very good run by Damsgaard. Damsgaard into the box. Højlund brings it down, and a desperate tackle from Conor Gallagher. And Denmark get the throw in. I don't know what Foden's...
I was thinking right, that is, if we come off the Denmark player.
But again, I mean, the ball came in the box there, and it just... What the hell? Barr's long throw, headed away by John Stones. Saka then gets it clear into the evening German sun. I mean, look at Harry Kane there. For the love of God. He's on the ball again now. Can he find Saka? He can. That's a good ball from Harry Kane. Saka now heading towards goal, running against Christensen. Mailer comes across as well. Saka does really well, but the shot in the end is woeful. Miles wide. But England's starting maybe to ask a few questions, Alex.
Yeah, I guess the Harry Kane ball was solid, but again, Saka's got very limited support. It's a slow run from him, but he does beat two and get a shot away, so can't criticise. We just need some more link-up play, some more build-up. We need a bit more urgency. Conor Gallagher's kind of helped give us a bit more oomph in midfield. That clearance that he just made there, I mean, if Trent was on the pitch, that might have been a bit of a worse issue. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We just need to wrestle a bit more control.
Well, at the moment, the ball is back with Kasper Schmeichel in the Danish penalty box. Vestergaard will play it out to Christensen. Up the line now for Mailer, who's gone onto the left-hand side now, Billy.
Yeah.
Gallagher, Foden, knock back to Gallagher. That's better from England. Trippier now. Inside again to Phil Foden. Foden clips a beautiful ball out to the right-hand side for Saka. Saka's control is good, and he beats his man. Saka going to the byline. Great run by Saka, but an awful cross. And Denmark clear the ball. But England start to step it up a little bit now. Stones gets it all the way back to Jordan Pickford. Pickford then, in turn, back to John Stones. Down the line for Kyle Walker. Walker gives it away in a terrible position and then gives away a terrible free kick. And Walker has given the ball away like that a few times in this game.
Wasn't great, was it?
Well, try passing forward instead of backwards. We might get somewhere. I mean, what on earth was that?
Very much telegraphed, wasn't it, where he was going?
Well, Højbjerg just read it like a book. And this is a dangerous position to give a free kick away, given that, the likes of Vestergaard, Anderson, Christensen, they'll all be in that box there. Christian Eriksen will take the free kick for the Danes. The referee not happy with something just outside the penalty area. In comes the free kick. It's awful it's really poor. I mean, that's as bad as free kick as Christian Eriksen has probably ever hit in his life. To not beat the first man on a free kick like that. Dear me. Denmark actually look a bit fatigued here. I don't know whether, it's just me, but they look very... Ooh, Conor Gallagher is going to be booked. Late tackle from the England substitute. And he is the first yellow card of the game for England. So 1 yellow card apiece. But Conor Gallagher can be like that. He can be a bit... Oof. That's a painful one, that.
He got there as quick as he could.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there was any sort of malice in that challenge. He was just a bit late. And certainly that Danish fan didn't like that challenge. Judging by the hand signals that were made towards Conor Gallagher.
Let's be honest, we've all done it towards him before.
We have.
Yeah.
Well, saying that, Billy, I don't abuse players when I go to the game. I'm
You
very no. I stay very impartial to abusing players. I'll just support my team and go home. I'm also lying. Anyway, Højbjerg on the ball, out to Damsgaard, one of the Danish substitutes. And I think Denmark will just want to get a hold of the ball a little bit more now, because just the last 10 minutes has seen England knocking on the door a little bit more now. Denmark are very capable. Christian Eriksen again on the ball here. Back to Vestergaard. Inside. Vestergaard again. This time he goes long looking for Højlund. Headed away well by John Stones. Eriksen kept the ball. Højbjerg inside. Damsgaard to Bar. Bar clips one through. Damsgaard's gone on the overlap. Good defending by John Stones. And now Trippier. Keeps calm. Gets it to Phil Foden. Declan Rice clips it forwards. Flicked on by Bellingham. Denmark win the ball back.
Of course, Harry Kane isn't quick enough.
Yeah. Rice on the stretch. Opportunity here. Shot over the bar. And Eriksen will be disappointed with that, because he had a lot of space to tee that one up, Billy, and didn't quite get the right contact.
Yeah, Christian Eriksen's better than that, or used to be better than that. He's had a poor season for Manchester United, hasn't he? But generally, from that distance, Eriksen does it at the target. I think he panicked there somewhat.
Just kind of sliced it, didn't he? But again, Declan Rice's control wasn't great there and had to overstretch and lost the ball. Mæhle now with the throw-in for Denmark. Still 1-1 in the 64th minute in Frankfurt. Played forward again, looking for Højlund. Gehi plays it left to Kieran Trippier. There seems to be a bit, now that Trent's gone off, there's definitely a better balance with the England side here.
Yeah. I do worry about the left-hand side. I mean, Kieran Trippier, it's not his fault, but he has to come inside every time he gets the ball.
Yeah.
And it's narrowing the pitch for us, isn't it?
Mm. Guehi on the ball for England. Harry Kane comes deep to meet it. Kane gets it to Gallagher, and now Declan Rice plays it out the right-hand side, and now a bit of space for Kyle Walker to run into. Walker has Saka to his right, Bellingham to his left. Here is Jude Bellingham. Gets a nice little bit of skill, and then he's fallen over. He's claiming a... Come on, Jude. You're better than that, mate.
Yeah, poor.
There was no way that's a foul, and he stayed down again. Oh, he couldn't quite find Saka there. It's all very, very scrappy in the middle of the park. Bellingham goes flying in again. Guehi, sorry. And now it's out to Saka on the right-hand side. Saka coming into the penalty area. Gets it on his left foot, clips it towards the back post. Too much on it.
Poor
and a goal kick to Denmark. Roadblock, thank you for another super chat. Brucey ball or what? Bit late now, but get Gordon on. Sorry, Billy?
I think Saka's fired to deceive as well, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, Bellingham just lost his foot in there. There's no way a foul. He slipped.
We did kick him, mind.
Well, yeah, but because he slid into him. There wasn't a foul there, but the amount of time Bellingham took to get up. Alex?
At the moment, I think I'd get Kane off. I would probably take Bellingham off at this point, based on the game state currently and how he's doing. Eze for Bellingham, Watkins or Tony on for Kane, and possibly take one of the wide men off. Bowen for Saka or Gordon for Foden. Possibly leaning towards Bowen for Saka right now. Get some energy in this game, stretch it a bit more, because we want to try and win it.
Well, you could put Foden in where Bellingham should be playing, couldn't you? And then get Gordon wide left.
Essentially.
Give us a bit more width.
Oh, that's awful. Declan Rice. I mean, come on.
He's been dog shit today and all.
Goal kick from Jordan Pickford. Rice then miscontrols it and then kicks it for a corner. More substitutions here, and it's going to be Denmark again. Yuri's coming on. Urari. And he's coming on for Hoyland. He has caused some problems up there, but Yari's coming on.
Oh, it's Poulsen.
Yeah.
Oh, is that who it is? So why doesn't he have Poulsen on the back of his shirt?
Don't know.
Dear God, honestly.
Good striker.
He is a good striker. And meanwhile, Denmark have a corner. And Poulsen's very good in the air. They've got some big blokes there, have Denmark, by the way. Christensen swings in the corner towards the penalty spot. Bouncing around again. Looking for a shot. Shot comes in. Straight at Pickford again. And luckily his positioning is right as Damsgaard tried the volley. He couldn't really get any power on that, Billy, because he was trying to make sure that he got the shot on target there.
Yeah, I mean, Saka was weak there as well in the area, wasn't he? It's just the attitude isn't right. You know, we don't seem to want to get to win the game. It's. I mean, look at this. Look now.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
it's just so slack, isn't it?
Kane again losing the ball. I mean, he just cannot hold that ball up at all. That looked like a nasty little foul there, but play goes on.
It's Gallagher as well. It's been booked.
Yeah. Bellingham can't get there. Played out the left-hand side. Miller's going to have to use his engines to get there. Can't. And a throw into England. I think Conor Gallagher's got away with one there.
So do I.
And I wonder if the referee's just had a word with him as he went past. Oh, he's lucky as Conor Gallagher there. I'm not saying it's a booking, Billy, but you're on that edge, aren't you?
You've got to be a bit more common sense and do things like that. I mean, the ref could have sent him off. Could have booked him for that, couldn't he? He could have.
Foden is coming off for Eze. Sorry, for Bowen.
About time. Hey, this is literally what I just predicted. I literally just said these three subs.
Yeah. Eze is coming on for...
It should be Gordon.
And Harry Kane is indeed coming off as well for Ollie Watkins. So Kane, Saka and Foden are off. Eze is on alongside Bowen and Ollie Watkins. So Anthony Gordon won't get another game today.
No.
Come on, lads. We've got three fresh faces on now, fresh legs. They play well for their clubs.
Harry Kane's and they're showing the Harry Kane goal. Why? It's fucking tapping from a deflection.
Yeah,
for Christ's sake, man!
Absolutely shocking.
I mean, I don't think Ollie Watkins is good enough for international football, but at least he'll press, which is 20 times more.
He'll make some runs as well. He'll try running the channels.
He hasn't got the elite finishing, but he's going to do a bit more off the ball and hold the ball up a bit more potentially.
Eze immediately very direct and gets a free kick. Frankie Norton, thank you for your super chat. Hi, lads, just in from work. Come on, England. Well, the thing is, Anthony Gordon is one of the form players in the England squad right now, and he can't get a game. It's madness, man. And I am saying that as a Newcastle fan.
Well, 21 goal contributions in the Premier League. Apparently, he's been training very well and impressing. He did well in the friendly. I mean, what's he got to do?
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't play for Crystal Palace, does he?
I don't mind Eze coming on, but I think, Eze's gone to the left-hand side, and he doesn't play there for Palace, does he?
Ollie Watkins not making a run.
Where does Eze play for Palace?
It's him and Elise kind of behind Mateta floating.
Right. Yeah.
He's a floaty 10.
And I wouldn't say Jared Bourne's better than Gordon either, even though Jared Bourne's, on the right. Oh, dear.
He's far more used to playing on the right, though.
Yeah. Here's Gallagher for England. Out wide to Kyle Walker. Inside to Bellingham. Bellingham flicks it back to John Stones. But again, it's just slows right down. I mean, you look at the way that other nations pass the ball around, pass and move so quickly. England are just miles behind that right now. That's a better ball. Watkins! Good save by Schmeichel. And that's the run you're talking about, guys. Getting through the channel. And Schmeichel forced into a save.
Yeah, it was a good run, wasn't it, from Watkins? Off the shoulder of the last defender. He's onside. It's a brilliant run. Just a shame he couldn't get it over from Schmeichel. Good keeping, actually, from Schmeichel to get out and know the angles quickly.
Yeah, very reminiscent of his dad there, wasn't it? Coming out and making himself big like that.
Absolutely.
But England have a corner. That was better. Great ball from Bellingham, by the way.
I know. And he said, well done, like he's a captain. He really is a captain at this point.
What's a poor corner?
Yeah, it is. Gallagher now, he's got to be careful here. Plays it out to Eze, but that ball doesn't reach Eze. And Denmark can break here. And Christian Eriksen is the last man forward for Denmark. So Conor Gallagher, last man back for England. Here's Poulsen for Denmark. Backheeled back to Eriksen. And good closing down by Conor Gallagher. Højbjerg down the line.
That pitch just had bow in there.
It's shocking, the pitch. I mean, but they've both got to play on it. Let's be fair. Now bar for Denmark. I mean, had that been one of the front guys for Denmark, they would have been in there. Especially if Højbjerg, Højlund was still on the pitch. He would have been away there with his pace. Luckily for England, it was Eriksen. Oh, dear. Come on, Jude. You've got to keep your man. Pickford saves down to his right-hand side.
Oh,
very late tackle, and it's a yellow card.
Has to be a card. Yeah.
Shocking tackle by Mailer.
You need to have a word with him as well. You can't just let him walk off from that. That was dangerous. You've had a word with everyone else.
Yeah.
Strange referee. Really is today.
I mean, Pickford did well there. Got the ball away from danger.
He did. I wish I'd show the tackle again because I think that's in between a yellow and a red, to be honest.
Here it is. Nah.
No, it's not. Oh,
yellow card's probably the right decision, to be fair. As Pickford goes long, 73 minutes on the clock, and England still 1-1 with Denmark. Oh, Watkins. He has looked lively, hasn't he, since he's come on, Ollie Watkins, and England get another corner. Let's be fair to Ollie Watkins. He has really put himself around in the first few minutes. He's been on the pitch and caused a few problems.
Well, it's not the hard yards in, isn't he? He's prepared to put the hard yards in. Simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
But you could put any reasonably mobile striker on, and it's going to look night and day difference compared to what Kane was doing. And Ollie Watkins, despite not being at the top level, is more than good enough to show Kane up when he's in that mood.
Mm. Dante says the intensity has gone up loads since the substitutions. I agree. But we've actually got players who actually really want to put themselves about for England. They're not just sort of swooning about thinking they're too good. You know what I mean? They haven't got to put the hard yards in.
Oh, that's terrible from Bowen.
Yeah, not great, that.
Someone's saying that Denmark's full of championship players. I mean, they're not. They all either play in the Premier League. You know, the midfielder who scored plays for the champions of Portugal. You've got, they're Premier League quality at least.
They're not championship players, no. But what Denmark have shown a lot in this game is desire, and you can't take that away from them. They are, I mean, certainly the first half maybe should have been a couple of goals ahead. That's great charging down by Kieran Trippier, but just can't keep the ball in play. Now let's throw into Denmark.
I think, again, Kieran Trippier's been solid defensively again. I think he's had a very good game, left back.
Yeah, well, considering he had Miller to deal with in the first half, well, first and part of the second, he's done really well. He's on the ball now. Back to Jordan Pickford. He gives it back to Trippier. Oh, Trippier inside the Guehi. I thought he'd underhit that for a second there.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I was about to go and hang myself in shame.
I think he had, but they just weren't alive
give
to
over referee. He's penalised Bourne there, and I'm not sure that was a free kick. Bourne looks a bit disgusted with that decision. Oh, really?
No way.
Get out of me.
Get out of turn.
Get up, you tart. Please do subscribe, guys. Bottom right-hand corner. Come and be part of this fabulous community on the Toon Review as Denmark come forward again. It's going to be Højbjerg with a long shot. Oh, God almighty, that could have caught a deflection there. But Pickford kept his eye on the ball, screaming at Kyle Walker to get the ball forward, but there's not really anything there for him. And England lose the ball again.
That's poor from Gallagher. Really poor.
Denmark bring it over the halfway line to Anderson. Back to Vestergaard. Back to Anderson. Long ball played forward towards Poulsen. Guehi's got to deal with this. Poulsen all over the back of him. Guehi does well and hold it off, and it's a goal kick to England. Yeah, Poulsen felt he was fouled there, but I think he initially fouled Guehi, to be fair, and Guehi just was too strong for him.
And another one that had a good game, hasn't he? Again, Guehi, he's very solid at the back.
I mean, there's a shot from Poulsen.
We possibly owe him an apology because I think we were all a little bit worried about Guehi going into this tournament, and he's been absolutely fine. It's been others and people who were meant to be more reliable that have not turned up.
Absolutely. James saying, will you be live for the Spain-Italy game? No. Unless you want to do it, Billy, it's up to you.
No.
Yeah, we've already sat through 90 minutes of football. We can only do so much, guys.
Whatever this is, I wouldn't call it football, but
no. Long ball played forward again. Pickford out to collect the ball. Coming up to 12 minutes to go of normal time. England 1, Denmark 1. Is there a winning goal for one of these teams? Gallagher on the ball. Sends it to Kyle Walker, bringing it over the halfway line. Look at that bounce off that ball off the bubble there. Did you see that?
Yeah.
John Stones. And again, snail's pace attacking from England at the minute. Guehi. Eze. Long ball for Watkins, and Watkins will keep that in. I think he's got the pace to do so. No, just...
Come on, you should have done better than that there.
Just slightly overhit by Eze, and then, well, Watkins possibly should have kept that in.
Tom Lynch asking, will we be live for the Argentina-Canada Copa America game at 1 o'clock? No.
Although Alex likes the Copa America. I mean, Alex could probably...
Alex has work though, doesn't he?
Fancy a late night, Alex?
I got early work tomorrow.
Indeed. Michael says, no effing way is Gallagher of international quality. How did he get in the squad?
Well, because Southgate couldn't keep defending Jordan Henderson any longer.
I'd prefer to see the Manu, though, or Wharton. I've got to be honest. I think they offer the same defensive ability plus a bit more technical ability going forward.
Oh, Eze fell asleep on the ball there, and somehow we've got a free kick. That's an appalling decision. Eze just was too slow on the ball there, and the referee gives a free kick to England. We got away with one there. Holy cow.
I think their linesman give it.
That is just not a foul. It's just, dear me. I'm not going to complain, though, because obviously Denmark could have gone in and scored there. John Stones on the ball. Plays it out to Guehi now. Guehi cuts back on his right foot. Sends a ball forward looking for Eze. Not the best ball, to be honest. Poulsen does well there. And Denmark have the ball again. Denmark starting to creep forward a bit more now, looking like the likely team to win this game again. And to be honest, on the whole game, Denmark have been the better team, in my opinion.
Mm.
England have shown glimpses in the second half, but slight glimpses. Probably should have scored. I mean, let's not forget Foden hit the post. Watkins made Schmeichel make a good save, but that's not a good ball by Damsgaard. And England have a throw in now, halfway into the Danish half. Well, close to the penalty area, actually. Iropa says, every time I watch England, I'm reminded of why I shouldn't watch England.
It's the hope that gets though, isn't it?
Of course it is. That's just football, isn't it? Just the way it works. John Stones now on the halfway line for England. Long ball forward towards Ollie Watkins. Headed down well by Anderson, but that's clumsy. And England have it back. Bellingham to Jared Bowen now. Bowen tries to get it forward for Watkins. Couldn't take it in his stride, but that will bounce out for a throw into England. Very deep in Denmark's half now. We're going to get another substitution. And it's going to be Denmark. Eriksson is coming off. And we've got Scholzen coming on and Christian Norgard as well. May as well start calling them Den Brentford. But we're seeing the end of Hjulmand, who, of course, got the Denmark equaliser. I mean, that's some hit. Case Ball, thank you for your super chat. How Gordon and Palmer are not on that pitch. Yeah, well, ask the numbnut who manages the England side.
Yeah, and that's true, to be fair. As much as I don't like Palmer as a person, I'm shocked he's not seen any minutes yet, because we've been awful. It's just weird. Gordon as well. It's bizarre.
Yep. Guehi now into Rice, just on the edge of the centre circle for England. Out to John Stones. Stones cuts back again to Declan Rice. And Rice takes a heavy touch, and England lose the ball. Wow. Declan Rice has been appalling today.
He has, yeah.
He's on the ball now. Gets it back to Guehi. Oh, Guehi's lost it! And a chance for Barr breaking in the box for Denmark. Can he do anything? Guehi makes up for it with a fabulous tackle.
Yeah, brilliant from Guehi to make amends for his awful error.
Wow, what a chance for the Danes. What a chance. I mean, Rice, to be fair, it was a terrible ball to Guehi. It was under hit. But Guehi's determination to get back and makes a fabulous block.
Brilliant from Guehi, that.
But Declan Rice's pass was under hit. Pass. Jesus Christ on a bike. In comes the corner to the near post, and it's over the bar. And that was an opportunity again. I mean, it came at him very quick. Poulsen and Trippier went down in front of him. And it was Christensen who got the touch over the bar. Just falling backwards on that, wasn't he? And I mean, how that's not a foul on Kieran Trippier, I'll never know. Poulsen's literally he's DDT'd him. Look at the passing from England. It's absolutely abysmal. Denmark into the penalty area again. Shot comes in just wide.
Oh, Walker again with his just awful from Walker.
Højbjerg with the right foot shot. It's terrible from England. It is shambolic. Oh, that's not far away from Højbjerg. Probably should have done better given the time he had to hit that.
Well, it's lucky these chances have fallen to Højbjerg because, as I said before, he's not the one that hits the target regularly, is he?
Agreed. Alex?
I don't know anymore. I mean, how do we analyse this? It's just sloppy. I mean, the fact that Jordan Pickford is blameless in this game is, I mean, it's true. The fact that he's shouting at everyone, he can't believe what's happening in front of him. We can't string two passes together. It's awful.
Yep, absolutely. Star Promoter says, I couldn't listen to the official commentaries on TV anymore. You are miles better. Greetings from Switzerland. Thank you very much. That is very kind. Well, we've got 5 minutes left of normal time. And it's still 1-1 here in Frankfurt. But, I mean, look at that. Who is Rice passing to there? Guehi goes long. Ollie Watkins up for the header, but Anderson wins that. Ball bouncing around again. Damsgaard. And now maybe Denmark can start again. Mailer down the left-hand side. Keeps the ball in play. Just. Højbjerg in the centre circle now. Sends it out to the right-hand side. I mean, that's going to take a lot of work from Bart to get there. And Trippier sees that out. And it's an England throw-in. But had that pass been a bit more accurate there, Denmark were in. It's just so uninspiring, though. It is just so uninspiring.
I mean, let's face it, this isn't a one-off either. I mean, the past
four or 5
games, England have been absolutely dreadful.
I mean, a lot of this is down to the training, the setup, the tactics. The press has been off, the shape's been off, and it's bleeding into their confidence and passing. I'm still going to blame a lot of this on the manager because I think it just is.
Well, definitely. Yeah, without a doubt.
Another yellow card there for Denmark. So 2 bookings each in this game so far. Jared Bowen now cuts back inside. Good run by Bowen. But there is Højbjerg again. Steps in and wins the ball. Poulsen turns away from Gallagher. And now Denmark start again. I mean, Denmark look like the side that are going to win this, I have to say. But then they've looked like that throughout most of this game. England had a brief 10-minute spell in the second half. But apart from that, I mean, Jesus wept. 3 minutes to go. I mean, Denmark will probably be absolutely furious that they didn't get more than if it does end up a draw, they'll be pretty good that they haven't got more out of this game. Because they've been by far the better side over 90 minutes. Guehi's header, and the referee judges that to have been a foul by Poulsen, who does a very exquisite backflip to get back to his feet. He's not very happy with the referee. And Pickford's coming. I know Kyle Walker. I mean, look how quickly they're trying to get this done. I mean, it's snail's pace.
Well, they're happy with the points, aren't they? This is Southgate.
Well, we said this before the game.
Southgate all over. Safety first shite.
I mean, given how the group looks, I mean, this still doesn't guarantee England get through as a top 2 side. Oh, look at that, man. Dear me. Wow. I mean, if this plonker, Southgate, comes out and says that England have played well tonight, honestly, I will fly to Germany and punch him in the middle of the face myself. It's unbelievably crap. It's a complete waste of talent that we have. Long goal kick from Schmeichel. Poulsen is there to flick it on. And the flick on only goes back to Pickford. Coming into the final minute of the 90. Still 1-1. What's he do? The manager's getting up to have a shout. Harry Kane.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, lads, hold on to this point. That I got you. That's what he'll be saying.
Yeah, of course it will. Pickford has the ball. John Stones. Oh, my God. Don't mess around with it back here, for God's sake. Gallagher putting Walker under pressure. Stones kicks it out to play. Lucky to get a throw in there. My God.
Awful, isn't it? Absolutely awful.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, he was unplayable in the lead up to the Champions League final when they won the treble, John Stones. And look how he is now. It's Gareth Southgate to a T. It really is.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's Foster in the crowd there.
That's a foul, referee. I mean, I have to say, Eze has done absolutely bot all since he's been on the pitch.
But we've not played to his strengths. We've not got it into
we don't
him
play
and
anybody's strengths.
Run.
Yeah,
we've not done that for Bellingham either. Both of them can do the same, and it's just tactics.
3 minutes of added on time.
For a minute there, I thought it said fucking 9 minutes. I thought, fucking Jesus Christ.
I mean, this is not a side who can win this tournament. It's just not, because the manager is just shite. I mean, we're wasting time here. We're wasting time against Denmark. Jesus. Stone swings it forward towards the penalty area. Headed away. Damsgaard plays it forward. Poulsen complains that he was fouled there. England have got the free kick. Poulsen has hurt his thigh.
He's hurt his ego.
Well, it's a foul on Guehi. That clearly a foul on Guehi.
Look at him. What a tosspot.
Jesus. Honestly. Anyway, it's an opportunity here in injury time to get that ball into the penalty area and try and. I mean, if we win this, it'll be it'll be worse than any crime robbery in the world. But it's a shite free kick anyway. Denmark clear. And Trippier goes all the way back to Pickford.
Happy with the point.
Pickford now launches towards Jared Bowen. But again, Denmark are there. Damsgaard in on Gallagher. Mæhle. And Denmark very calmly played out from the back. 1 minute of injury time to go. Is there a winner still? Barr plays it forward. Michael McIntyre, thank you for your super chat. Much appreciated, my friend. And the referees give a free kick again to England. Wow. I mean, there was a push, but I think Kieran's done rather well there. But we have not deserved to get anything out of this game. But it looks like we're going to get a point.
Yay!
Gareth will be pulling on that old Todger tonight, celebrating.
Come on, Eze.
Eze cuts across the box. Cleared away.
And what was that pass?
10 seconds to go of injury time.
And he had 4 players on him. He did his best there, Eze, to be fair.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. The 3 minutes are up. And there is the final whistle. And it is finished. England 1, Denmark 1. And again, England, as they have been now for 5 or 6 or 7 games, extremely uninspiring. It's been drastic from England for a long time now. And that is simply because of that negative South Bruce. What's your full-time thoughts, Billy?
The only positive that I can take from it is that we're a day close to Southgate leaving the England manager's job or being sacked from it. That's the only positive. It's been dreadful.
Carl Anderson, thank you for your super sticker. Very kind, my friend. Alex?
Poor is the best way to describe it. Tactically inept. The shape was off. We had players all over the place out of position. There was no movement from a lot of players. The captain was woeful despite the goal. There's no cohesion in the press. There was no shape. There are too many experiments on the pitch. There are players who absolutely light up for their club and the leagues, their respective leagues that they're in, who don't play the same way. I don't see Eze playing like he actually does typically, nor does Bowen, nor does Saka, nor does Foden, nor does Kane, nor does Rice, nor does Stones, the list goes on. Do you want me to just list the whole team? It's absolutely ridiculous. It's a disgrace. And we are sleepwalking into a next round exit or a quarterfinal exit if we're very, very lucky. And it's going to be an absolute disgrace because this generation are good enough to win a trophy. We need a change of management. It's hands down. We just need it because it's shocking. Denmark were far better than us today. And I think a point really does flatter us. We were poor.
Well, we need a manager who is actually qualified to do this job for a start, and also who doesn't piss about, and realizes that the talent that he's actually got available to him, so that we can actually go out there and utilize the strengths of these players and go and give teams a hammering.
Look at what we're seeing now. Man. We're seeing the Denmark team in a big huddle in the center circle going, well done, lads. Game plan this. We're still in the tournament. This. The England players are just wandering around. It's just pathetic. You're a leader. What about all this aura and authority? All of these interviews, all of this nonsense. Where is it? You're wearing the same cardigan you wore 2 weeks ago, Gareth. It's pathetic. We're seeing no action from him at all.
You know what he's going to come out with, don't you? He's going to be all positive, and it'll be there'll be nothing negative because we've played 2 games, we've got 4 points. Fuck
exactly.
that.
What he will say was it was imperative we didn't lose this game tonight, and we haven't done.
Yeah,
and so that's mission accomplished. What the FA should be doing is going to Jurgen Klopp, offering him a king's ransom, take over this job as soon as possible.
I'd love to see Jurgen. I know we've had a lot of digs at Jurgen Klopp over the years, but I tell you something, as a manager, he wouldn't stand for this shite. Not a chance in hell. And he'd actually
need an English manager. Doesn't have to be English anymore.
It doesn't have to be, no. And the fact is, Jurgen Klopp is a very, very he's a very attacking manager, isn't he? But he will realise the talent that he has at his disposal. He'll play people in the right places and play to the strengths. Fucking hell, man. I mean, some of them England players are coming off smiling. How dare they?
Yeah, I agree.
Smiling.
I mean, the people that don't like Jurgen Klopp as the England manager, you want an Englishman. The only Englishman for the job is Eddie Howe. Which way do you want it?
I don't really think Eddie Howe's ready for it anyway, to be honest.
Oh, can you imagine Eddie Howe with that team? It'd be non-stop press.
Well, he'd expect press.
Teams wouldn't be able to cope with this. As simple as that.
Yeah. Ah, Jesus. I mean, it's as painful as you get. But it's been painful now for a long time. And like you said earlier, Billy, it's not just this tournament. It's the lead up to the tournament's been wrong. Some of the games we played in the qualification round, we don't play well. It's just rotten. It's just rotten. Get fucking Emma Hayes in. Even her in as manager. She kicks some ass.
He's saying that Bellingham looks better in an 8 every time he got the ball and did anything positive. It was in the position of an 8. Rio's absolutely spot on. Tactically, they haven't got a clue. Everybody's out of position. Nobody's playing in a similar way they do for their club. There's no pressing structure. There's no shape. There's no build-up. There's no cohesion. It got so sloppy because their heads were just down. You've got Declan Rice, who was good in the first game and has been fantastic all season. Had a real tough game. You could see mentally he was struggling. Jordan Pickford, the poor lad. Don't like Jordan Pickford at all. But he was just stood there looking at the players in front of him going, what on earth? He got bored of shouting at people in the end.
Yeah. Well, Kyle Walker's getting interviewed, Alex, so you can listen to that and see what he has to say. Because, I mean, I hope there's no more bullshit from Kyle Walker coming out saying, we did well, we stopped them playing. It's fucking Denmark, for Christ's sake. RJ says, someone give Billy an England contract, he can win it for us. He could have done more running than Harry Kane tonight.
It should be an easy job. It should really be an easy job.
Yeah.
You've got the best England squad of England players for years. Mm-hmm. And yet we're still getting this negative, mediocre shite. It's the manager.
Sensible Monica says Southgate hasn't a clue. It never has. Easy draws in previous competitions has masked his deficiencies. Well, that has been the case. Rice was total dog shit. Kane is overrated, says John Robbo. Chipper says, he said, well, at least we are top of the group. So we should be.
Sleepwalking our way into this next round. We're going to get hammered by someone sooner or later.
So essentially what Kyle Walker is summing up with there is exactly what you two predicted Southgate would say. Well, but we got a point. We're top of the group. We need to take it into the next game. And then he's basically describing, she asked what happened, why we didn't sort of kick on and pressure in the second half. And he's not able to explain it. He's giving ifs and buts and maybes and generalizations. Because again, whenever any Premier League players get interviewed, they always say, well, the plan was this, the press was this, maybe this was a bit off point. He's giving us nothing tactically because there is nothing tactically. He's got nothing to say because they're not prepared. He's just giving generalizations about everything. And it absolutely sums it up. It's shocking.
So the group as it stands, England on 4 points, Denmark 2 points, Slovenia 2 points, Serbia 1 point, because Slovenia drew with Serbia earlier on 1-1, or whenever it was. So, I mean, Serbia beat us and Slovenia beat us and then Denmark beat Serbia. We're in the shit. Because we will get one of the top teams in the next round if we go through as a best loser. Yeah. Well, that's embarrassing on its own, going through as a best loser. It's a fucking shambles.
It sets up for Southgate to go for another draw, isn't it? Because 5 points will probably top the group with that.
Absolutely. Stato's listening into what Shearer's saying now. Dan Robinson, thank you for your super chat. Stato, how would you set us up to win? Love to hear. Well, just play people in the proper positions and actually try and win games. Roadblock, thank you for your super chat. Even your commentary can't save this rubbish, lads. I'm really sad that Southgate didn't get the Man United job. Well, he still might. Oh no, they took on they've extended, haven't they? So, but apparently during the commentary, Shearer was having a dig at Harry Kane, and then listen, if there's one man that understands that position, it is Mr. Shearer.
Shearer's trying so hard not to swear. And not to be too harsh. He's having to be very careful within himself to say, it's not that it wasn't effort, but he started off with that was very poor and not good enough, which is in the front of his mind that those are the first words out of his mouth. It was shocking.
And I mean, the way, Billy, that they're talking there, you know, I mean, obviously Kyle Walker's interview, I mean, this is, you know, Serbia and Denmark. You know, they're not the greatest teams in the world. Let's be fair. I mean, look, I'm taking nothing away from Denmark tonight. They were the better team. They wanted it more than us. And to be fair, they should have won that game. And I think they'll be in the dressing room now. Happy, yes, they've got a point. But at the same time, they should have won the game. They dominated the possession for most of that game, at least 70% of it. And they've come out with a point. But I think they'll be disappointed they didn't win.
Yeah, I think before the game, they'd probably snatched their arm off for a point. But as the game went, they'd be disappointed without the 3 points. Because they were the better side by quite a way, actually. You know, they wanted it more than us. They put more effort in more than us. They were prepared to do the hard yards. Our players weren't. Simple and straightforward as that for me.
Yeah.
Shearer is literally giving the same rant that I just gave. How many times do you see John Stones turn and run into midfield in a Man City shirt? How many times do you see Declan Rice running? He's basically quoting exactly what I did halfway through that second half. It's down to the tactics and the manager. Every player can do this for their club, and there's something wrong here. And there's one common denominator. It's Gareth Southgate.
Yeah. And I can bet you bottom dollar that the podcast that Lineker Shearer and Mika Richards do, I bet if they were doing the podcast rather than being on television now, they would be a bit more cynical, shall we say. Colorado Magpie says, I'm actually praying Southgate gets the sack and Man U pick him up for manager. Brian says, what the fuck did he bring on board and Eze instead of Palmer and Gordon? Southgate says he's going to take the positives out of the game. I say he should take cyanide, says Captain Black. Apparently Shearer's listening to the TTR chat because he's saying exactly the same as what Stato and we have said. Calvin, thank you for your super chat. Enough is enough. Get Southgate out now, regardless if it's mid-tournament or not. Rob from around the corner at number 10 could do a better job. Well, let's be fair. We know he should be sacked, guys, but they're not going to sack him during the tournament. That just will not happen. So, you know, we've got Southgate for the rest of the tournament or however long England are in, of course, whether we like it or not. But it's just... But this is the thing, Billy. This has gone on for not just the tournament, not just the build-up. England, under Southgate, have been poor for quite some time now.
It's always been like that. I mean, if you go back to the World Cup in 2018, we were poor against Tunisia, managed to scrape through to the next round and raised our level a little bit. But even against Croatia in the semi, once we went in front, he bottled it and he took the wrong players off, made wrong tactical choices. We were poor against the Scots in the last Euros. We got to the final of that tournament. Really poor against the Scots. And this time we've been poor in both. You know, he's not a good manager. Yeah. And he's got where he is through luck rather than judgment. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Alan Shearer's finished his rant. wow, did he just crucify Harry Kane? Oh, dear Lord. So for anybody that heard that, guys, he's basically just said he lost a yard of pace when he got into his 30s for Newcastle. He needed players around him. He needed runners to do the things that he couldn't always do energy-wise. Lineker then went, but that's when you retired from England. And he went, well, yeah. He's literally Alan Shearer with the writing on the wall saying that Harry Kane, in his current form, needs runners around him. He can't do it. And he's basically explaining why he retired from international duty, because Shearer retired quite early.
He did.
From playing for England.
Yeah, he did.
And Harry Kane can't do it at this level if he's not going to be able to run him behind, especially if we're going to play players like Foden who want to occupy the 10 space. There is nobody running in behind, nobody making runs. The team drops deeper and deeper and deeper. Rice gets under pressure, makes mistakes, heads drop, which is basically the description of this game.
But you know that Southgate is going to come out with something like, well, Harry Kane scored again, you know, and all of this. That's why I'm trying to stay on air, just to see what Southgate says. Because if he comes on, Alex,
this is what everybody did with Trent, right? Everybody did this with Trent. When Trent scored in that friendly, he'd lost the ball about 6 times earlier on in the friendly. But I went into work the next day and everyone went, well, Trent was great. He scored a goal. I'm like, yeah, but did you not watch everything else? I appreciate he played a couple of balls over the top and scored, but he lost the ball 6 times in midfield. And against a good team, we get absolutely battered. And it's just absurd. People with blinkers on. And it's so refreshing. Some of these pundits now have absolutely lost their heads, and they are fully getting into England, deservedly so. I know we didn't lose this game, but
I think what you said, Stasso, was right there. I mean, we all criticise Foden, we all criticise Bellingham, but when they're trying to get into spaces where Harry Kane is statuesque, where are they supposed to go? And that's why we're not seeing him in the game, because of Harry Kane. He's stopping us playing just one player by not moving around.
Yeah, but Southgate's never going to see that. That's the problem. Stan, thank you for your super chat. He says, we finished second. We get Germany, apparently.
I will beat them.
No, we won't, Billy. No, we won't. Revenger32, thank you for your super chat. How much longer Southgate will waste the current England squad potential and future? It's quite obvious this team needs an offensive-minded head coach.
100%. 100%.
Yeah. Tournament favourites parked the bus and got a lucky goal. What a joke. Can't disagree with that.
Wrong.
Tristan says, Paul, name an England striker under 27. We don't have any talent coming through.
Wilson, Tony, Watkins, Kane.
Well,
I don't like it when Tristan's right, but he's not wrong.
27. Tamori?
He's a centre-half.
He's centre-half. No, it's Tammy Abraham, sorry. Not Tamori.
He's Tommy getting Abraham on a little bit now.
Cameron Archer. He's at Sheffield United last season. That speaks volumes.
Really can't think of anybody.
Well, Eric, thank you for your super chat. Foden plays in the 10 position all game. Experiment failed. Move Foden to 10, Bellingham to 8, Trent off, and play Gordon out left.
Well, to be fair, some of the commentary was saying mid-game that we don't need a double pivot in front of the back four, that Stones and Guehi should be competent enough to protect their defence and are competent enough at 1v1s, that we should be able to play Rice as a lone pivot as a 6 like we do with Bruno, and we should have 2 8s because Jude, based on what we've seen, I think would probably be better. I think most people would agree with me. And then a lot of the other midfielders we've taken would probably profile better as an 8 as well. Wharton and Mainu would be better as an 8 because then if they do lose the ball, it's not as much of a tragedy. I think Conor Gallagher would also be better as an 8 because he can open up a bit more. It makes more sense logically for everyone else. It means we just can't have anybody in a proper 10, and it means Harry's going to actually have to run, and the wingers can be proper wingers. And he just doesn't want to do it.
Some people are saying Dominic Solanke, of course, and then you've got some guy who finished top scorer in the tournament in the under-23s last year, of course, playing striker, Anthony Gordon. I mean, could he do a better job than Harry Kane at the minute? I think he can because he'd run the channels. But listen, whatever we think, apparently Lineker's bashing Kane now as well. Lineker's on his feet, so he's really getting. I mean,
Shearer was furious as well towards the end of his run. They're all getting irate.
But rightly so. You know, this fascination with Harry Kane, it's got to stop. It's got to stop. Nobody's disputing that he isn't a good goal scorer, but this is England in a tournament because his persistence to play Harry Kane, it's costing us games. It's costing us goals because we're not playing a proper striker up there, because Harry Kane thinks he's God and can come back into the midfield. He can come back into his own half to collect the ball. And then, like tonight, he's got no hold-up play at all. The ball comes to him. It's straight off him. And it's not the first time we've seen this from Harry Kane.
No.
It's just not good enough.
And he's walking back, trying to just walking around for half a minute at a time. Not good enough. It's not good enough. Because he's the way he plays the game, it doesn't suit the way we want to play. Because he's so statuesque. Finally gets the odd tap in. He scores lots of goals, takes penalties against San Marino. But really, is that what to kind of influence the game? Does Harry Kane do that? I don't think so.
I'll tell you something. Harry Kane's effort tonight was as much use as my pug's morning dog eggs. Right? Absolutely non-existent and stinks. Seriously, it's just, I don't get the fascination. I don't. Because he offers nothing. And I don't give a damn whether he scored tonight. It was a tap-in. I could have scored that. But Jesus Christ, you watch him through that game. When England are trying to come up through the middle of the park, you expect somebody as a striker to make a run or do something of that manner. And he's just jogging around. And he's got such a big ego, Harry Kane. He thinks that he shouldn't have to work to get the ball, that the ball should be delivered to him. And it's wrong. Completely wrong. Calvin, thank you for your super chat. Maybe do a 4-14-1. Foden and Bellingham is 2-10s. Well,
4-1-4-1.
Oh, 4-1-4-1, right? Okay, yeah.
Play 4-14.
Right, Harry speaking now, so Alex will listen to him. This should be interesting.
I can impersonate.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you'll know if he says something that angers Alex, because he'll go fucking ballistic here if Harry Kane comes out with all the usual bollocks. Eric, thank you for another super chat. Well, put double pivot as favourite in week mindset. Gilles Gallard, thank you for another super chat. Southgate makes Sean Dyche look like an Ancelotti.
Fair comment.
I mean, how bad is it when you've got to say things like that? I mean, Jesus wept. Northumberland, a rock hopper, says no chance of it coming home. We are abysmal. Honestly think this will be another golden generation that will miss out. Well, it's a golden generation that will miss out simply because of who we've got as manager of the football team. Just absolute, just dog rot. Dog rot. Hell says the midfield was so crap they offered nothing to the forwards. Peter McCardle says it's not coming home.
I don't think you can play the midfield for the fact that forwards aren't moving around. I mean,
well, exactly, and that's why they haven't. In fairness, that's why they're having to go back, because there's nothing going forward. But if Harry Kane should stand there now and say, "I wasn't good enough. I expect better from myself. I'm really annoyed with my performance tonight. I didn't offer enough." But he won't say that. He'd be like, obviously, we did this and we played well, and obviously we'll go on and win the tournament because obviously I'm the best player in the world. Bullshit!
I got us a point today.
Yeah.
With my fantastic finish. The rest of them was shit.
Yeah. Even though Kane was a deflection, honestly. Well, Stato doesn't look like he's gone too red yet, but interesting.
Maybe you can't understand what he's saying. Maybe he really is going,
AK says Southgate is actually scared of Harry Kane. Anyway, Alex, what did Mr. Kane have to say?
1 second. Let me just get it up.
I beg your pardon?
I was typing it out. Captain Black says the buck stops with Southgate. He must be held accountable to the English football public. See what happens to him.
Right. So, in summary, there are levels that we can reach. We're top of the group. We know we can improve. I know there'll be loads of noise from back home, but it's time to stay calm. Take it step by step. England are struggling with and without the ball. We'll have to go away and look at it. The pressure hasn't been right. Everyone is dropping below their level, and it was tough out there. Wasn't our greatest game, but we got away with it. And then she asked him, the interviewer asked, is it you or the manager when you drop deep, when you score? And he didn't really answer that question. He said in the second half, the plan was to get him and Jude standing in front of their midfield to try and have an outlet. Again, that was poor tactically. So I don't really know how to.
Yeah, probably that's as honest as he's going to be, isn't it? I think, in fairness.
I mean, he was truthful. He knows that there's going to be noise back home because it was shocking. He's referenced the press. The problem is he's the problem with the press. That's one of the main issues. He's identified that there's problems with the press. He's also identified the fact that him and Jude were trying to play in front of the midfield, just in behind the Danish midfield, may I add. So that was obviously a Southgate instruction. Poor, didn't work, needed tweaking. Poor Jude Bellingham must be thinking, bloody hell, I've gone from Carlo Ancelotti to this absolute riffraff. Poor from Kane. And at the moment, every single pundit, you've got Shearer, Lineker, Rio Ferdinand, you've got Thomas Frank, who is a current good level manager, and Micah Richards just absolutely annihilating everything that was done by England and Southgate today. And rightly so. It was shocking.
I mean, the highlight in Ollie Watkins now, and you know,
he was okay. To be fair,
he made a run. That's the Danish centre half couldn't believe what a English striker making a run.
Yeah, but to be fair, that's the type of player that Jude Bellingham needs in front of him. Somebody that gives him an You know, Bellingham's a quality, fantastic player and can pick passes out like that, and that's what we need. Bellingham needs players like that who are actually going to move on the pitch and actually do something for this team.
For what Ollie Watkins has done in that last 20-minute cameo, he should start the next game, but you can 100% guarantee he won't. Harry Kane will be starting the next game.
Of course he will, because Harry Kane is the manager.
A question as well. I mean, Matty makes a good point there. A couple of them, like Trippier included, were absolutely spent at the end of that game. Yeah. We've had a few games that were end-to-end for Newcastle, and Trippier has not looked that dead. Why is everyone so battered? Well, it was quite a controlled... calm game, to be fair. It wasn't end to end.
Maybe it's the rough bike riding too much, you know what I mean, and enjoying themselves. Because you know, if I'd have actually been the England manager, got in that dressing room, read the fucking riot act with them tonight, because it was just dreadful. And I would actually go to some of these players and think, right, you think you're big enough, you think your egos are big enough to play for this, sit on your ass and chew on that. You know, and let's put people on the pitch who actually don't have the big egos, don't have the big I am, like certain players on that England team do. Sit them on their asses until they're ready to go again, and actually admit that they've got to drop these egos, big-headedness, whatever it is, prima donna crap, and actually put in some performances. It's for England. It's for your fucking country, for God's sake.
Well, this is the kind of performance where we're all going, have they got food poisoning? Has everybody got the flu? Like, it's that bad. It's honestly that bad where we're all thinking, is something wrong? Like, is Kane injured? Is something happened? Because standard logic doesn't seem to explain everything today. It's just awful.
I mean, Fox is asking the question if the Premier League takes a lot out of the players. I'm not for me. You know, I've seen other Premier League players playing at these Euros and have been absolutely at it.
I mean, Kane and Jude don't play in the Prem, so...
Well, yeah. And, you know, you look at the Danish side tonight, had a lot of Premier League players in, and they wanted it a lot tonight. Shane over in Australia, thank you. Member for 29 months. Woke up at 2 a.m. for that crap. Gordon should just pack up and go on holiday. Why is he even there? Well, I mean, look, he's not going to turn his back on England, is he? But... you know, if I was Anthony Gordon, I'd be seriously knocking on the manager's door and asking some questions. I really would, and I think he's very entitled to do so. As is Cole Palmer. Let's not just be biased towards Newcastle United here. Cole Palmer as well. You know, these two players are in absolute fantastic form for the clubs, yet they can't even get ahead of Jared Bourne. I find the whole thing. There's just no excuse anymore, Billy.
No, I mean, it seems to have a level of player where it doesn't matter who's injured, the next one comes in. And if they're out of position or not, doesn't matter. And that kind of goes down to subs. I mean, he's apart from Watkins came on last game, Bowen came on last game, as they didn't. But yeah, it's just routine and regimented from Southgate. It's not good enough.
Yeah. Andy B, thank you for your super chat. Much appreciated. Lee Francis says Bellingham and Saka look tired today. Not the energy of previous game. But why? You know, there's no excuse. Games done 12 says, I think Palmer and Gordon will get a run out next match. Well, listen, next match, they still have to get something from. You know, because I think Denmark will beat the Serbs. And I think we'll struggle against Slovenia, to be honest. We'll struggle again. What gives anybody hope that England are going to turn up and batter Slovenia?
None. Yeah. I mean, on the past two performances, I'd make Slovenia slight favourites for the game.
They're no slouches, that's a certainty. But there you go. I mean, Southgate, I mean, where the hell is he? You know, I mean, how long had the game finished?
I'm not waiting all night for Southgate. I mean, they're interviewing Christian Eriksen now, so...
Yeah. Guys, that'll do for Matchday Live. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for all your memberships and super chats, etc., etc. Mods, you've been fantastic. Thank you to Billy and Alex, of course. But massive thank you to you. Well over 1,000 watching. But it is, again, disappointment as an England fan. They come away with a point. They've got 4 points. They're still not guaranteed of getting through, certainly in the top 2, unless they perform against Slovenia. That, at the moment, is a huge stretch. But thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a great rest of your evening. Good night.
Southgate out.
Come back and check on some green.